A wizard is never late, nor is he early. He arrives precisely when he means to.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to Wednesday work stream. Hello, Matt. Hello, Amy. Sorry, I've been trying to get my iPad doesn't seem to want to connect to my computer, and it's like,
oh man,
I thought we were doing a drawing stream. That's gonna make things awkward. So,
and it just went. No, I'm good. I'm just gonna. Just continue
not a
doing
good time
thing.
for me.
Hello.
I had to read that.
Hello.
Working it all out.
Doing good.
Everybody
Good to
doing
see you,
good?
people.
Good to see you, Mr. Cosson.
It's been a while.
Been a couple
Couple.
Yep, I took a little time off of social media.
Took a sabbatical.
Yeah, it felt good. I just took time off and I fasted, and then I just basically part of my fast was staying away from social media for a while.
Mm-hmm.
And just kind of seek the Lord, And
Wonderful.
I really needed it so bad.
Yeah.
I didn't realize till after a few days. I'm like, wow, man, I feel different. This is good.
So much
I'm not
lighter.
so
right?
aggravated and irritated all the time.
Yeah, it's
Hey,
like
Jack.
it kind of puts things in perspective,
Yeah, you got to miss the whole end of the world war starting.
Oh yeah. Oh
That's
yeah.
so-
You know what? Yeah, I just caught wind of that. There's like stuff going on in Israel.
Oh, by the way,
Hamas.
Yeah.
Yeah. I try to stay away from the news, even of that. I just pray for it, and pray.
Absolutely. You can
But,
pray without having to
Yeah,
at least give them all the details.
because I just looked at something and they showed videos and stuff, and I start feeling my heart beating and faster, and I'm like, nah, I'm not gonna get sucked into it. So I just.
Yeah.
But
That's
I
why.
do. I did pray for it, and just.
Of course.
But yeah, man, it's. I watched a video. Dave Williams sent me a video about this guy was talking about it from Ezekiel, talking about Ezekiel.
Yeah, he
Oh,
sent
yeah.
it to me too.
Yeah. Yeah, he posted, I guess, on his Twitter. But interesting. I was thinking about that too before he sent it too. I was thinking about the scriptures and about Russia, and
Yeah.
Gog and Rosh and.
It has been kind of strange times. But
Yeah.
here, no comment. That does look
Yep.
cool.
I'm working on a far. I'm about to. All right. So I realized this was I had to add this scene where Judas throws the money and then goes and hangs himself. So that'll be a couple pages, and then we'll get right to the crucifixion.
Hooray!
I mean, that's what this whole thing's about. So
That's true. He came to be a sacrifice. So, as hard as it was for everybody, and him too, it was kind of like that. Like I said, he didn't consider it for the joy that he knew that was on the other side.
Yep.
Yeah, think about. Yeah, I mean, that's what I had in my mind. A picture that, like, he's on the cross. You just could see like all of these faces, like from the future, thanking him. Coming to know him and loving him and knowing God. And I'm like, you could see into the future, all these faces looking at him.
All these
Kind
people
of
who
push him.
loved him.
Yeah.
That's great.
And they love, of course, they love God so much too. But man,
Of course.
I heard that Mel Gibson's working on another movie with Jesus.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
The Axe.
Was it?
I think it's the Axe.
Yeah, he
The
was.
Book of Acts?
It's the sequel to the Passion.
Yeah. He was gonna have. He said it's gonna be. Sound like he was gonna have like parts of hell in it too. Like,
Oh, really?
Yeah, he said it's gonna be intense.
Well, if anyone can make an intense movie about Jesus.
Oh yeah.
He's proven himself quite capable.
Yes.
But they were always beautiful sort of movies, made nicely.
Yeah. You like the Zeffirelli film?
Hmm?
Do you like the Franco Zeffirelli Jesus of Nazareth film?
Which one is that? And if I
It's
go
the
off
6 hour
stream,
long one.
Oh, is that the one from the 70s or 80s?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that was one that my parents would show us a long time ago. We liked that one.
I should watch it. I wonder where you can find that one. Is it like on the YouTubes or
I don't know.
on
It's
the
just
Tubi?
called Jesus of Nazareth.
Yeah.
We have it on DVD,
Oh, nice.
VHS.
It might be, right? Get it on tape and then get it on DVD.
Yeah, Zeffirelli was great. I don't know. I don't know what the latest thing he did, but he did Brother, Sun, Sister, Moon, which was about Saint Francis of Assisi. He's the one that did that Romeo and Juliet in the 70s. You know that one?
Oh, really? Oh,
Yeah.
nice. Well, there were some good movies from that era. So, it's close enough to the 80s. I think even Matt could agree there were some good movies.
I don't know. You know how Matt is.
Oh, was it? I missed. What did you say? Which movies?
Oh, we were just saying some of the movies, like the Christian movies and stuff that they did in the 70s. I was like, well, that's close enough to the 80s. Matt might still say they're good movies too.
Oh yeah, I like movies from that era. I look at from like all the way up to like even all the way up to 2000. There's good movies. Even now, there's some good movies, but there's not as many. But
Yeah.
I mean, I like the older movies, I guess, better. Because I mean, like I grew up on the old movies from like the 30s and 40s because my family, they're always showing me those.
Yeah. Turner Classic Movies. We used to have that.
I love watching those. Because to me, they're like new movies. I've never seen them. And what's funny is what I realized, because when as a kid, I always liked them. But I remember some people discount them because they're like, oh, it's black and white or it's old. But I'm like, the human story is you can always connect to it no matter what era it's from because you have the same type of problems you run into, like
Absolutely.
it's love or hardships or whatever. You can connect to that.
Yeah.
I was surprised how like heavy some of these older films were. I was like, man, this is like really heavy. I was like, some of the stuff they're going through, and I was like, you could relate to things, and man, but yeah, I mean, 70s was a real weird time for film. I mean, it wasn't until I think like guys like with Scorsese and Stallone were doing like Rocky, and then of course his stuff where it started becoming a little more cohesive cinema. I think before, it was like in the 70s, it was like a lot of weird indie stuff. That's kind of all over the place.
Have you seen is it My Man Godfrey?
Oh yeah.
What was it?
That was back. Was that
My
before?
Man Godfrey?
No.
Yeah, that was I think the 40s or the 50s. But yeah, it was about a dude. All right, it's about a girl. It's about this girl. She's a young, spoiled, rich brat, and she's on a scavenger hunt. And one of the things on her scavenger hunt list is a forgotten man. And forgotten men are bums, right? So she goes down to the Bowery, and she finds this bum named Godfrey, and she just kind of, I mean, over the course of the movie, she falls in love with this dude, but he comes over and he starts working as a butler for this super crazy wealthy family.
Oh yeah.
You remember?
Yeah, I think I remember that one. There were a couple of movies with premises sort of like that, and it's there's just so many good movies from that era. I just love themselves.
But this is a great movie because I mean, I don't know if you want me to spoil it for you, but so he's working like her sister like absolutely hates him because like everybody in the family like loves him, but for some reason she's just always has it out for him, and so she tries to set him up, right, and like pretends to or tries to set him up to have it look like he stole this necklace from her, and then but he knew that she was doing that, so he found the necklace where she was trying to hide it in his room to set him up, But then like she calls the cops and they come into the room and she's like, "Oh, why don't you check under the mattress?" And the cop goes and lifts up the mattress and then she's shocked because they're not there.
Oh,
So
He knew he was getting set up.
Right, because it's a
Is
jump.
that
It's
it?
a spirit though.
It's kind of like
It's the same thing.
To Catch a Thief. You ever see that one with Cary Grant?
Yeah.
Yeah, that like where it's like all these little twists and turns in the story. And
really clever in their pacing in a lot of those. Like, okay, keep up.
yeah.
Yeah, see,
That's good.
that's one thing I also is sad to me is that type of movie. It's probably almost impossible to make today because it's hard for people to sit there and just actually soak in stuff. You know what I mean? Like things got to be rocking like every.
Yeah, slow-paced movies just don't. They can't. It's hard to find our audience these days. That's why I like Andor. I liked Andor's slow pacing. It was really good.
Yeah, I like slow paced. I like it. I like fast paced, like slow paced. I like the variety where it's like, you know, you just eating different dishes. Some days you feel like a cheeseburger. Some days you want to eat something like sushi, or you know what I mean. You want something different. You know?
Oh, High Devil's Hair.
Some days you want to figure out how to make cheeseburger sushi.
I bet there are people who have. Have you seen?
Wait a minute.
They had sushi burritos. I've seen those.
Oh yeah, that was good.
Ooh.
Yeah, see, I don't know about the California thing. I've seen it. I was like, what?
Okay, I can see that. Like rice, and except instead of being wrapped in nori, it's rice. It's wrapped in like a tortilla.
Well, those wrapped in nori.
No. Oh no,
Oh.
the sushi burrito that I had over at this place, Taboo, they wrap it with like a thin. I don't know if it's made of. I think it might be made of egg. Like they like
Oh,
they cook an egg real, you know, like a scrambled egg, but they make it like real thin, sort of like you're making a crepe. And then they wrap like a bunch of like all kinds of stuff in it, like, you know, salmon and tuna and ikura, and it was really good. But I think it's got shellfish stuff in it now, so I can't eat it. Hello,
Oh.
Jerkula.
Hey, what's up?
hey, Jerkula.
How you doing?
Getting ready for the holidays, right? Turkey.
I'm good. Hey.
Hey, great to see ya. Glad you're doing good.
That's such a fool. What's up, everybody? How's everybody doing?
Doing good. Glad to hear you're doing good too.
Yeah.
Mike's
still
working on
alive?
this, and we're trying to figure out the best way to make sushi burritos.
Huh. That's interesting.
Yes, sushi burritos. That's a California thing, I think.
I think it's a California thing.
Yeah, we try a lot of Mexican, Asian mixes. It's weird.
I don't think I would
Oh,
like that.
There's this Mexican Asian fusion place. I don't know if it's still around. I think it was called the Lamplighter or something like that. Over on Washington Street. That I went there one time and it was actually really good. They made obviously a sashimi salsa,
Wow.
and they served it with blue corn tortilla chips. But it was really good.
That sounds fancy.
It was lovely. Edwin, who has the link in Discord, says, I'm listening here and watching live feeds of Gaza. It's remarkably darker than it was last night. That's, well, you know,
Darker
there's
in tone?
no, they cut the electricity off, didn't they?
Darker in tone or darker in physically dark?
I would assume he means physically darker, but
Oh.
it's probably both.
Yeah, but I don't know. I heard like reports of like 300 people are dead, and then it was 600, and then it was 900, and I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah, that's because that body count keeps going up.
So what? I don't know what's going on. Where they just it's actually like the armies are fighting now? Is that what's
Wow,
going
you're
on?
that out of the loop?
Yeah, I don't have a clue what's going
Oh my
on.
gosh, dude.
I'm with you, man. I'm not really sure what's going on.
Wow, recap. You want to recap?
Like the 2-second version.
Okay, Hamas led the largest terrorist incursion into Israel in the history of Israel and
Wow.
murdered. Last count I heard was 1,500 people, civilians, murdered and kidnapped and raped and all that kind of fun stuff.
Whoa, no way.
Yeah. And so Israel is retaliating, declared war, and I think they're in the middle of flattening Gaza. So,
Yeah, I heard some about that too. I was
and Egypt shut down their border, so no Gazans can refugee into Egypt or seek refuge in Egypt.
Why did they do that?
You know, your guess is as good as mine, but I would presume it's because the Muslim world wants the Palestinian problem to be the tinder in the box, so to speak.
yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah, they want it to escalate, definitely. That's why they want the they never want to take in any refugees from the area, but they do want them to continue fighting and staying there so they have an excuse.
Yep. Yeah, no Muslim country will take in refugees from Palestine. It's crazy.
Yeah.
They want them there. They want that tinderbox to blow up.
And as an example, I saw one video where they show a little kid, supposedly a dad with his little kid, and the little kid's like maybe 2 or 3, and he was telling the kid, he's walking up to the Israeli soldiers with the flag, and he's telling the little kid, throw rocks at him, and then he's telling the soldiers, "Wait, shoot him," you know, shoot, like, you know, just so because they want that image of an Israeli soldier shooting a little kid, Palestinian kid, but he's telling him to shoot his kid. And I was like, wow.
What I heard today was that it's getting difficult. I just heard, like, I listened to the quartering mention something. You said that there's a lot of like fake news. Like some people are posting old images or old videos.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So it's even harder to know, like, is that what's happening right now?
Has it happened?
Yeah. Did it happen a year or 2 ago, 5 years ago?
No. I mean, I'm sure there's some of that, but most of it is, I mean, that's kind of the thing. The Palestinians, they're savvy now on the social media stuff, so they are posting social media.
Yeah,
like this one gal, she found out her grandmother was dead because the Hamas guys who broke into her house, her apartment, took her cell phone and filmed them killing her and then posted it to her Facebook so that it would terrorize her family.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Oof. Wow.
That's why I don't watch anything anymore on there. But it's all over the place because I'm like, I know for me that sticks with me where I walk around angry and
you can't.
Yeah, and I don't want to get in that place. So I just pray for it. I know there's a lot of atrocities going on right now. I know that for sure. I mean, things that you don't even want to know about are happening. Like I seen one. Oh, I saw that one that you posted, Mike, with that showed that girl. Like I couldn't even make out what it was. So I just was like, I don't know, maybe you should look. But I was just like, yeah, stuff like that could really get me heated too.
Yeah, they're saying that girl's mother is saying that she is alive and in Gaza, but it's like
I don't know.
I don't think. I mean, dude, the way her leg was broken and there was no bruising. I mean, someone said that had to be post-mortem because it would be bruising if she was alive.
Yeah, that was bent. I was like, what is that? I couldn't even tell. It was like her leg was bent weird, and I'm like, I couldn't tell if that was like her torso or leg next to it or what. I was like, what is that?
Yeah.
So that's why.
Yeah. So yeah, the world's falling apart while you guys aren't paying attention. It's like,
yeah, that's why I don't pay attention. But I just realized I'm like, yeah, I don't. For me, I don't look at it anymore. I don't watch the news anymore because I'm like, if something's gonna happen, like one guy said, if something's gonna happen, like a war, gonna bomb something, I think I'll find out about it. So, yeah, I'm just stay away from it because a lot of angry people now walking around from both sides, I guess.
Yeah, I just don't understand people who are excusing it. It's like, oh no, Israel deserves it. It's like it doesn't matter if you want to fight Israel, you go fight their soldiers and target their soldiers. These guys are targeting civilians. And people who are trying to claim that they're not targeting civilians are not paying attention or are just living in denial.
Oh yeah. Yeah, they do. That's their whole MO. That's what they've always done. Target civilians. That's the only one they like to target. They're the least thing they want to target.
That's the
is
whole
guys with
reason
weapons.
there's a wall around Gaza.
Yeah.
The whole reason there's a wall around Gaza is because when there was no wall, they would walk across the border with suicide vests and blow up buses and schools and freaking pizza parlors and
Yeah, I've watched that. I've watched those videos for years where they would do that. They would just that's their MO, man. That's what they love to do. Terror. That's what's called terror attacks. They like attacking women and children the most.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So how's your week?
I don't know. I just saw a picture though that on your Facebook when I was clicking on the link. Happy birthday to your daughter, man.
Wait, I hate warlocks. I hate warlocks.
Okay. Yeah, me too. I hate warlocks as well.
Micah hates warlocks. Uh-huh.
Yeah, because they're the devil.
Yeah. The worst.
Join the
Freaking
club.
warlocks. Yes, 21 years old. I took her out to Korean.
Can we chill?
Hey,
Can we chill?
can you chill? On my stream? Yeah, I took her to Korean barbecue.
Ooh.
And,
Yeah.
with her
Fancy.
her and her boyfriend. A bunch of the kids are sick and stuff. So,
Aw.
I'm like, oh, that's okay. It'll be cheaper.
That
It's
Korean
her
barbecue
special
is good.
day, so
Yeah.
it's just her and her favorite guys. So there you
Yeah.
go.
So I ate a whole lot of meat. I ate a whole
Yeah.
lot of meat
You
today.
have any pork belly?
Just a little, just one strip, but it was a big fat strip of pork belly that we put on there. But I'd rather, I'm a meat guy, so I had we had some ribeye and some, what the heck else do we have? Ribeye and a lot of short rib meat, like the fingers that comes between the short ribs. It was really good. It was good stuff.
Are you saying you're a porkitarian?
Porkitarian? What?
I was just trying to be funny. I can't be funny? I'm sorry.
I mean, you could try.
Wow.
Oh.
Yikes.
But yeah, that was good. That was good. I ate a ton of meat, so I don't think I'm gonna be hungry for a minute.
That sounds good.
Yeah, I was right down the street from where we went to Hot Pot, Matt.
Oh yeah. Oh, did you go to Mana's barbecue?
Yeah.
Yeah, I went there for my brother's birthday, man. That was really good. I keep seeing it's always packed out every time we drive past it. And so I'm like, we should try that out. And
Yeah, you don't want to go like at dinner time because you'll be waiting for a while.
yeah,
So,
it's
like, go for lunch or
always
something.
busy, man. There's always people waiting outside.
Yeah, we got right in because we determined to go for a late lunch rather than because I was going to do this show tonight.
Well, that's good. Yeah, get in there early.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mana's barbecue, man. Like I said, I was thinking if people are out there all the time, it's got to be good. So we just said we'll try it out.
Oh yeah, and you know what we had, and usually I don't bother getting or last time it was like the beef tongue was like super thin, so it just cooked and shriveled up. But I was like, this time I was like, we're almost done eating. I was like, oh, you want to try some tongue? And she's like, oh, she's like, we'll just get a half order. So we ordered half order, and it's like they came out and they cut them thicker. I'm like, oh yeah. So
I've never had that. It's pretty good.
it's so good. Yeah, it is. It's got a unique texture, but yeah.
Is it chewy?
Yeah. Well, not like chewy like gristle
Not like
or
rubbery.
something, but like yeah, it's got a crisp chewiness to it. I'm not sure how to describe it. It's like a little snap to it, I guess.
Is it kind of like pork belly? Where I think pork belly doesn't. It can be kind of A little chewy, but it kind of gets crispy.
It depends on how you cook it.
Yeah, yeah. We had to cook it ourselves. Well, you got to cook it yourself there, so I don't know how. I'm not. Maybe I cook it too long. I don't know. Maybe.
There used to be these fried food joints in the Bronx. Sometimes they were called like cuchifritos. I don't know what that means. I don't know where that comes from, but it was a term
You
that
say
was
quit your
often
Fritos?
something like that, and they would serve tongue like that. And my
Yeah.
cousin would get it and he'd put it in his mouth and he would freak me out. I hated him for it. We're still friends, but barely.
He's fine, man. He's fine. He's good. He's good.
I don't know about that, Michael.
It's funny because I remember when I think of cow tongue, I remember going to a science fair in my school and they had a giant cow tongue on a stick in a jar. And, that's all I picture when I hear that cow tongue. I'm like, ugh, that visual image.
Mhm. Oh.
Cow tongue.
What are we working on, Mr. Elliot?
Yeah.
Something that's not important. So when I say goodbye, I can just go without feeling guilty. Because last week started a trend of latefulness in
Oh.
my sleep pattern, Michael. I was up to
Uh-oh.
I'm sorry.
no.
Why are you blaming me?
because I love you.
Aw.
You can't fight with that, love, because of love.
No, can't fight with that. Against
No, I
such
mean I
things.
blame you for all my problems too because I love you.
Love is aw.
There you go.
Aw.
Oh, so much love. Love is the greatest
Love
force
is
in the
in
80s.
air.
So
I
these are
thought-
like friends?
This is like, I guess I'm drawing Nosferatu, Dracula, vampire, and then I'm probably gonna do a Frankenstein, just something, because I was gonna watch Fright Night tonight.
Oh.
Yeah, Friday night. I like Friday night.
Yeah, the original one.
You're
was
so
awesome.
cool, Brewster.
Yeah,
Yeah, I love that movie. And
yeah.
I love Roddy McDowell. He was one of my favorite actors. Still is one of my favorites. Like whenever he did a movie one time,
Planet of the Apes.
he did that, but he also did one that was based on the Jewish golem concept. And he found this thing, and he was a young actor at the time, and I was captivated. I watched it at my grandmother's house. I'll never forget. I was captivated. I was like, "What is this scary thing?" And he's just so overacting. He would like do that. I don't know, what would you call it, overacting, or maybe he was just like being more-
Melodramatic.
Well, it was more like he must have been trained more traditionally.
Like theater.
Yeah, he had a very over the top approach.
Yeah. But it's memorable.
Oh yeah, of course. He did another one that I just watched on Prime. I finally got it. It was something Hell House. It was one of those 1970s or 1960s like haunted house. It's some people compared it to the Haunting at Hill House. That one with there's a famous black and white. Actually, the black and white's really good too. But the one that was about
House on, was it Haunted Hill or something like that? Or?
Oh, ladies and gentlemen, welcome, Edwin Boyett.
Hello.
Hey, what's the good word?
Jesus.
Jesus.
Yes.
Yes.
And is always the good word.
Yes.
That voice is scary
That voice is scary. Why is that
I'm
voice
scared.
because
scary?
it comes in booming with bass.
He's the Boominator.
Is that what it is?
How you handling the end of the world, Edwin?
Well, fear not, right?
Absolutely.
Fear not. Things happen. And the world is
Every day.
a scary place. It may get a little bit scarier in the months to come.
Maybe.
But-
Yeah. And you know what? You never know which birth pang we're in.
Yeah.
That's true.
I'm just watching. I hope Syria stays out of it because I don't want to see the one town in Syria be destroyed because that would be a bad sign.
Oh.
Which town?
Is it part of Damascus? There's a Bible prophecy that talks about a part of Syria, and I believe it may be Damascus being destroyed.
Oh, like the road to
And
Damascus?
that prophecy has not been fulfilled. So that would be an advancement of biblical prophecy, and I'm not in a hurry to get to.
Yeah.
Because unfortunately for me, I'm not a pre-trip guy. So my reading of Revelation is that unfortunately Christians will be around to see some of the unpleasantry, and so I'm not in a great hurry to see biblical prophecy advanced.
Oh, look who's not out drawing naked women. Jiminy, do you want the link?
What are you talking about? Why is
Jiminy goes to life drawing classes on Wednesdays.
Oh, well, good for you. Could be naked dudes.
I'm not entirely sure that's any better.
Yeah. Yeah, Jiminy, I hope you're not becoming a sausage sculptor. That would be unfortunate.
Wow.
Here's some Play-Doh, buddy. Work out.
Hey-oh.
Oh, needed a light moment.
That is cool.
I had. Does anybody remember the good old days of Comicsgate when all the lefty comic book people were calling many of us Nazis because we voted for Trump?
That's all it took, huh?
That's all it took. In fact, one guy, I forget who he was. He essentially drew like somebody in a Ku Klux Klan hood and said it was me.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
Good likeness?
No. But
It's a joke. You're in a hood.
yeah, I was having I was reading the story. I don't know if any of you caught it, where Black Lives Matter Chicago and some of the other Black Lives Matter groups, they made up this graphic, and it had. And we were talking about this with our little gang this past Saturday, as kind of the assault by Hamas was kind of happening in real time, and we were just kind of all like, wow, it was just all surreal to us. But you remember the paragliders, the terrorists that were either taking those kind of like parachute like things or the ultralights in.
Yeah.
So Black Lives Matter, a couple of the Black Lives Matter groups takes and puts that. Have you seen the graphic I'm talking about, Mike?
Yep.
Yeah, and puts that on their graphic as they essentially say, "Come join us to celebrate these freedom fighters in blah blah blah." And so Black Lives Matter pulled their mask off and showed that when they said, "Okay, sometimes it is naked dudes." All right, Jimmy. All right.
And you know what Jimmy's going to do? What Jimmy's going to do. You know what I'm saying about Jimmy?
Anyway, so where I was going is Black Lives Matter pulled that mask off. And because way back when in 2015, Patrisse Cullors, she made a video where she was talking about visiting Palestine and essentially said, so this is 2015, and they've always said they're Marxist revolutionaries all along. She said that the only way that they could survive would be the destruction of the imperialist Zionist regime in Israel. But now the rest of Black Lives Matter has kind of pulled its mask off, and it's not too surprising after seeing them rampaging across the United States, burning stuff down, assaulting people. Mike, I may have told you this story before.
I'm trying to remember. When did they have a mask?
You mean figuratively, right?
I think the only mask Black Lives Matter ever had was during COVID.
It's figurative, Mike. It's figurative.
Yeah, but okay. Apparently, their mask was made out of cellophane because I saw right through it.
Yeah, but these other people didn't. So
Right.
so I was a delegate to the 2020 Republican National Committee for Hawaii, and I went in and I'm proud to cast my vote for President Donald Trump. You know, and you go through the whole deal and you vote on stuff. And then after we wrapped that up, they invited us to come to the White House. And Mike, that was amazing. He had like opera singers. I mean, and you don't realize how beautiful the Trump girls are until you see them. And it's like, it looks like a supermodel show almost. But it was a really neat kind of surreal experience.
That's cool.
But when we came out of the White House, there was about, I don't know, somewhere between 4,000 and 6,000 Black Lives Matter protesters right at the White House gates, screaming, some of the most savage faces I've ever seen. Like these people wanted to do murder. That's the night I think Ron Paul got or no, who's the kid? Rand Paul got beat up and assaulted, and Congress people got chased and stuff. Now, I was escorting like an older representative from Montana and had my wife with me, so I took us a slightly different way, and we had a group come up on us, and I just charged right at them.
Yeah.
And they found someplace else to be, you know. Because I'd seen what happened when people would run from them, and it's like, okay, well, maybe if I kill one of these dudes or make him feel like he's dying, they'll go somewhere else. And so I just went right at him. But I hate Black Lives Matter. Hate. It's a Marxist revolutionary group that wants to sow discord, make people miserable. They're American terrorists. American terrorists. I'm amazed if the Democrats at the time didn't see them as allies and weren't trying to placate them. You got to remember when everybody dressed up like Wakanda and got down, all the Democrats dressed up like Wakanda and got down on one knee and raised a fist in solidarity with American terrorists. Yeah. There's language I would use, but this is a good Christian show, and I don't want to have to repent tonight. But yeah, I hate Black Lives Matter.
Yeah.
With a righteous hate, Mike. I very rarely pray in precatory prayers. Black Lives Matter inspires me to pray in precatory prayers. Read some of the more heavy metal psalms.
I wish I knew what imprecatory meant.
That's when you're praying for the death of your enemies.
I mean, God will certainly bring low the evil in the world and exalt those who are good. I mean, it will be put right. But, awful the things that they did for sure. And so, it's just terrible.
Now, this is a roundabout story. But back in the day when Comicsgate was actually kind of like a political thing and it was making political points that people should be able to hold a job regardless of their religious faith or their political beliefs as long as they could, draw a comic book.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Well, we were tussling with some of these lefties. And when you say you're tussling with lefties in comic books, what's that, Mike? Maybe about 90% of the people who are working at the corporate shops?
Oh, I honestly don't know. I couldn't tell you because I don't talk politics with a lot of them, and I think a lot of people probably don't want to talk about it.
Oh, I'm sure. But I went and looked back at Twitter because I thought I remembered it, and sure enough, Gail Simone was auctioning off artwork to pay for bail money for Black Lives Matter.
Oh my God!
And so here in 2023, when all things are revealed in time, Mike.
Yep.
When they've exposed themselves as the modern day spiritual heirs of literal Nazis. You remember when comic book lefty peoples were all excited about punching Nazis and
good times.
Yeah.
Good time.
Yeah, it's like that Rat song, Round and Round.
Round and round.
Anyway, that's my story. That's my story. That was a little convoluted, I'm sure, but
So it. Oh my
Yeah,
God.
I seen people like I saw one video where they had that one lady who's always for Palestine, a politician. They're trying to question her in the hallway, and she was almost sprinting to get away.
Oh,
You know?
that's
oh,
Talib.
Talib, yeah.
Yeah, she was almost sprinting. I was like, wow, look at her go. She's quick.
I
I mean, she was like, boom,
didn't
boom,
know
boom,
she
on
could
the-
move that fast.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
That's the fastest Congress ever moved.
It's pretty impressive.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, I'm out of here. I'm not gonna. Yeah, I mean, there's nothing. Anything they answer, it could be, it's forever on video. So like, I'm out.
Yeah,
And-
I kind of feel like they've said enough to come back and haunt them already. So
Yeah.
what have you got to lose? But I guess they've never really told the truth, so
Yeah, they're
Mike,
not the best
what's
at-
happening to your Bitcoins here?
Oh, this is
No, I know what it is, sir.
you just don't like the Bitcoin anymore.
No. You wanted in Bitcoins, but no.
How it is.
Yeah.
How is Bitcoin doing?
It's been pretty flat. I mean, it's had a little bit of a dip the last couple of days, I think because of World War III or something. But it's still been in the same range. It's essentially been in the same range for like months and months and months. So
I saw the media was trying to go after crypto again. Hamas uses cryptocurrency to receive. Hamas is funded by cryptocurrency. It's like, well,
really?
how about the $6 billion we just gave back to Iran?
I know. I'm pretty sure they're funded
about
by
that?
Democrat currency.
uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't motivate itself. Someone's giving them that money.
Well, now some of this Hamas stuff is starting to make more sense because I was like, they didn't just decide to do this last week, and it's come out now that they've been planning this and putting this together for more than a year.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And Hamas was even laying so low so as to kind of lull Israel into complacency. Hamas was laying so low that they were actually being criticized by other militant Islamists in Gaza in the area. It's like, you guys aren't making any martyrs.
Yeah.
You've got 7 grandsons. Put the belt on him and have him walk to the checkpoint. None of that. That's I don't know. When I do, sorry, Carson. when I do my nefarious Middle East voice, it probably sounds like Moose and Squirrel.
It's like Dracula.
Hey, it's just a villain voice. It works for all villains.
Isn't that funny how some accents are that way? It's like, yep.
That's how I picture it.
Yeah, but I've been watching as I've been working during the day, I've been watching live feeds, and Gaza's being systematically raised. And I would imagine we may wake up to hear that the ground invasion of Gaza has started because the United States Aircraft Carrier Strike Group is in place. And at this point, they've probably had enough time to pull in all their tanks and get everybody online. The only thing I think that may be slowing it, I think the Biden
If
administration...
they're walking into a freaking kill box if they walk in there on the ground?
Well, I think what may be slowing it sounds like it's because Blinken came to Israel, but I think the Biden administration is trying to negotiate with Egypt to get them to open the borders and let the Gazans escape. Yeah,
They literally just closed the borders because they don't want them to escape.
Right.
yeah. So we're probably going to have to buy them off. We're probably going to have to pay off Egypt to induce them to let. Because
I'm
I mean,
actually
Egypt.
fine. That would be a good use of money. If you can get all of those people, 2.2 million people, out of Gaza, and then just flatten the place and start over. I'm fine with that. Just get them out. There's no solution. There's no.
There is not. They're
no
never
end to
going to coexist.
Dude, I mean, you go back to the Bible. This totally explains why God was telling Joshua to just wipe out every man, woman, and child, because otherwise you're just gonna have generational freaking nightmares. And it happened with the ones where they didn't wipe out everybody. They just kept coming back, war after war after war after war. I mean, I hate to be like Old Testament blunt about it, but geez Louise, what's your other solution? You're just, every war creates another generation of people who just want to kill you. It's like,
but I think Hamas was trying to, and they may still provoke a broader regional war, right? And I think Hamas is okay.
Why they exist?
I think Hamas is okay if a million people in Gaza get martyred, as they would see it, get sacrificed, so that they can provoke.
They would love it. They love death more than we love life. That's their motto. I'm not making that up. That's what they say. That's what the freaking Palestinians say. We love death more than you love life. That's why they think we'll never win, or the Jews will never win.
He's severely underestimated.
They're the Terminator. You can't reason with them. You can't bargain with them. They don't feel pity or remorse. They believe.
But now I feel kind of bad for me. Were y'all talking about this stuff before I came in?
We were, but then Elliot came in and we stopped, and then.
Because I'm sure some people here may be trying to actually get away from wartime. So my apologies.
Yeah, it's just there. It's hard to get away from. It's hard to.
And then Friday could get wacky because there is a kind of a worldwide call for people to kind of show solidarity with Hamas.
With Hamas?
Hamas and the people of Palestine on Friday. Yeah, the political leader of Hamas put out a call today.
The terrorist?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay,
Elrod has it. He says, next stop, U.S. invasion of Iran.
Yeah, that will bring Russia in, and welcome to World War III.
Yeah.
Yeah, Russia's teaming up with them, right?
Yeah, they have a treaty. Iran and Russia. They have a treaty that goes back decades. I think back to the 70s or 80s.
Yeah.
That Chuck Missile used to talk about it as the hook in the jaw of Magog, because Russia is historically Magog. And when Iran finally goes in, no stop, right, into fighting and joining with the war against Israel, then America is going to be dragged into it, and then Russia is dragged into it because of their treaty.
Oh, Devil's Air, pardon me, has an interesting observation. He says it is Friday the 13th. Yeah, we're staying home. Though pretty much the only time we leave the house is to go to the grocery store or to church. So, I mean, that's not unusual for us.
It's nice, though. You've got such a lovely garden that you're working on.
Going to a garden party.
Yeah.
How's Florida? How's Florida, Ellie?
Sunny and warm, so far.
Yeah.
Sunny and warm. It rained a lot earlier today.
Did it?
Mm-hmm. Well, where we are, I don't know out in your neck of the woods. It might have been a bit drier, but yeah, it's been overcast, and the weather's starting to get a little bit cooler, which is nice. So it's not like, oh my gosh, hot in the middle of the afternoon. It's like, fall starting.
How's the weather in Gaza? 4,000 degrees and sunny.
Wow.
Too soon.
That's how it felt
Too
here
soon.
last week.
Too soon. All right, sorry.
Too soon.
What did you say, Matt?
It was like 90 here last week.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was really fluctuating last week here. The weather was just like back and forth. And then it rained last night.
What?
Yeah.
Huh.
Didn't rain where you're at?
I don't know if it did. I haven't been outside in a while. I think I left the house for the first time this week today.
Matt, don't venture outside.
I like your lifestyle, man.
Leave if you got a reason to.
He goes
I was
out
gonna
long
say
enough
that.
to get some Chick-fil-A.
That was the
Oh, yeah.
Boyette. Sounded like the Boyette strategy.
What do you say?
That's right. Oh, yeah, man. I'm not afraid to eat some Chick-fil-A.
Is there anyone near where you are?
Oh, yeah.
Ah. Well, that's nice.
Except they're closed on Sundays. So after church, church, we can't get Chick-fil-A. We go to Hardee's, and I either get a bacon double cheeseburger or a country ham biscuit, Mike. Country ham.
Man, Hardee's. I miss Hardee's.
Yeah.
Girls Jr. out here.
Yeah.
Oh, Mike, I think I've fully got my head wrapped around that Hive blockchain. So we do need to get you spun up. We should actually get Elliot and Matt Cosson over there too.
To where?
What is it?
So
Hive
the platform is called InLeo, and it's built on something called the Hive blockchain.
Oh, okay.
And so what it is, it's a decentralized, community-governed blockchain, and it's very efficient at storing textual data. And then they've also got stuff spun up, for images and videos and such. But when you post on there, people can vote for your post, and the blockchain automatically generates tokens. And say you were to post a comic book page and people loved it, you might get $100 worth of upvotes. And then after about a week, that reconciles and just goes straight into your wallet. And the Hive token is fairly readily convertible back to Bitcoin and then to fiat currency. And the great thing is there's almost no professional comic book artist on the platform.
Oh. What's this called again?
It's called InLeo. Yeah, Cosson, are you in Miller's Discord?
I don't know. I got a bunch of Discord connections, but I don't know. I haven't been on in a while.
I'll grab a link.
Is that the one you did the video tutorial on, Edwin?
Yeah. But I've definitely got my head wrapped around it quite a bit better, and I think I can speed up people getting on. But it's a great place to serialize content and share your art. And so anything that you might do on other forms of social media for free, you essentially get paid for it if you do anything interesting on Hive.
There you go.
You don't have to buy any NFTs. You don't have to invest anything. You never have to spend anything out of pocket. It's just a function of the way the blockchain is designed. Periodically, it generates a pool of reward tokens, and those reward tokens are proportioned out to the people whose posts are voted for. So it's kind of cool.
Interesting.
Oh, that's cool.
That sounds interesting.
And you don't have like the animosity that you see on Twitter or even something like Instagram, because people are directly incentivized to be
Creative,
civil and creative and compelling. Now, you can talk about something that's controversial. I've started a political community over there. But I just don't start out by trolling people or insulting people or anything like that. I just
Sorry, Mike.
talk about the issues.
I mean, that makes sense, right? Because
Yeah.
what do they call it? Ratioed, when something has a lot of comments but not a lot of likes.
Oh yeah. Now on Hive blockchain, if people think you're horrible, rather than upvoting you, they can downvote you, and that removes the monetary reward from the post.
Oh, like does it like decrease the monetary value?
Yeah. If people substantially disagree with what you're saying, if they're irritated enough, they can downvote you. But what can't happen is you can't be censored, because when you create an account there, you essentially get these keys, and when you post, you're actually writing data to the blockchain. And so you can't be censored. It's one of the most censorship resistant platforms there is.
What's the benefit of your stuff being written to the blockchain?
Yeah.
What does that do though? What's the purpose of that? Is that a byproduct of it, or is that the purpose of it?
That's kind of the purpose of it. Yeah, the blockchain was kind of designed to be able to be very efficient at storing textual data. Images and stuff are stored either in some kind of IPF mechanism or through community distributed kind of nodes that people have that kind of works as kind of like a side chain type of thing. But yeah, it's completely decentralized. So there's no corporate entity telling you you can't post that, or you can't say this, or you can't do that.
Right. Well, that's pretty cool, though. You can put your post up and not have to worry about it being taken away.
Yeah. Oh, no.
And that. Huh?
Elliot.
Yes, sir.
Flash in the chat says, "I should be safe Friday. I'm going camping at the lake with friends."
It'll be a good time over there, you know. Crystal Lake.
What's the name of the lake?
Who's that guy in that hockey mask?
It's crystal clear.
Huh.
Yeah, I'm curious.
Hey, buddy. Hey, buddy. You want to play some hockey? Hey, buddy.
I'm definitely into intramural sports.
Should I post a link to Edwin's Discord channel on the chat?
Yeah, I gotta look into that. I want to look into that the Hive. You said Hive? Like
yeah, Hive. Let me get a link. You can use my referral, which I don't think actually does much for me, but
it has a thing on there for adding a referral. Like, I think it's for a username or something. If that gets you some, like, credits or Hive points or whatever, then, I want to make sure you can have those.
So you want to join through in Leo. It's going to give you a chance to sign up with Twitter or your phone. I would go with your phone or your email. I think if you sign up with Twitter, it can be a little weird. I'm gonna paste this into the chat, and then I'll paste it into the private chat, just in case that's easier for anybody.
For sure.
Yeah. Dennis wants to know if we're making Lost Boys posters. We're just drawing and hanging out, Dennis.
Is this math?
I'm trying to draw Judas hanging himself.
But
it's an upbeat stream.
if anybody has any trouble signing up for it, you can message me in Mike's service, our Discord server, and I'll be more than happy to walk you through it. And we got to get you going too, Mike.
Yeah, that's your job.
Yeah, but you got to. I need a bio from you, because one of the best ways to, whenever you start on Hive, the best thing to do is to write a compelling introduction post. Because if you do that, people will come out of the woodwork to reward you with stuff, and that makes everything easier, and it gets you a somewhat of a following just from the beginning.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
So we need to put your bio and such in there.
Tell me what would work best.
I'd just be honest. It probably even one of your bios from. You've got a bio on one of your websites, don't you?
I've got bios all over the place.
My bios
You know who I am.
bios have bios. What you talking about?
This bio originally written in.
Alpha Proto says, I'm Mike S. Miller. I drew Superman impaling Joker with his fist.
There you go.
Have some fist meat, Joker, right through your heart.
Yikers.
Well,
at least Mike didn't have him butt punch him. Be
wait, what?
a grotesque puppet show. That would have been horrible.
Michael, what?
Where are you going with this, Ella?
Oh,
Dennis Peruch.
that's. Oh, I mean, I guess it's what happened.
Hmm?
That's a little.
It's in the book.
Oh,
I know.
you're talking about the scene with Junus? Well, yeah, but you're going to put it kind of out of focus, yeah?
Oh, it's going to be in silhouette.
Yeah.
You know, I wonder, would it be more accessible if you just see like the feet and the shadow on the floor from above or something?
Yeah, maybe.
Hmm.
You know, like that. You like the
That would be.
contrast.
Well, no, actually, that's not a bad idea.
Or you could go the other way and put some little Mexican kids in sombreros around them and suggest something.
Beep, 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 beep.
Well, part of the thing I wanted to do is because the fact that the tree is on a hill is what to me correlates the two accounts, right? Because in the one account, he hung himself. In the other account, his guts were spilled out on the ground because he fell headlong, which doesn't make sense. So the only way it really makes sense is that if he was hung himself over sort of a hill, which would make it easier to hang yourself because you could just jump off the side of the hill, right? Like tie the thing and then jump off the side of the hill and then there's nothing beneath your feet. And then his body rotted there until essentially his head probably the rope broke or his head came off. And then when his body hit the ground, his guts just exploded.
Or you could just do a drawing of him with rope and then just do a drawing of a hand curled up later and just say like, and he died.
I'm not going to do the guts out version for this, Pablo.
Mike's saving that for when he does the illustrated life of Samuel.
I mean, I could do this and just like.
I did a lot of road. I'm in Barbarian.
That doesn't make any sense.
I'm thinking of like you're looking down from his.
Yeah, I know that's when you said that. I knew that, but I was just trying to see if I get to be lazy.
What if you just had the rope hanging? What if you at this next scene? What if it's just the rope hanging from the tree?
That would work.
And
That
just-
wouldn't be disturbing for small children, but the parents could explain if they didn't know.
Yeah, it just defeats the purpose of this being like an all ages thing if you go that way.
I'm
You're gonna
about to
turn on the
crucify
bar.
Christ, dude.
I understand that, but I'm saying
Yeah. An image people kind of know, like on the cross.
What about just the rope? Just draw the tree on the hill with just the rope coming down.
Yeah.
you could do a Mike Mignola thing and do like another panel and just show one of the silver coins on the floor underneath the shadow.
Well, he already threw back the silver coins.
Well, still, maybe he found one in the dirt. I don't know.
Yeah.
I think that works. There you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
Thank you,
And then-
Mike.
Because
Oh, yeah, that's
because
good.
it's sequential art, the mind will fill it in.
Right. But it won't be upsetting, you know. I mean, it's upsetting to a degree, but it won't be, let's say, traumatizing for a small child. Did you tell I was going to be excessively
Oh.
I don't actually think it's that traumatizing. I think it'll be more offensive to the parents, and then they won't use it. Like they might feel betrayed by that for the adult.
Right.
You know, I used to see some weird chick tracks when I was a kid. And
Speaking of weird chick tracks, look at Flash's comment, Mike.
Mike is stealing my David Carradine comics. Maybe holding the noose before he like legitimately, that's what's happening right here.
Uh-huh.
He's holding the noose.
It explains what it needs to. Those really are good environments. I'm really good at doing layouts.
I get you,
Well,
Mike.
thanks. I've only been doing it for 30-something years, so hope I got enough practice under my belt.
Yeah.
Jack Chick Tracks. Oh yeah, they hate us Catholics. They think we are going to hail and praise Satan. Well, no, just some of you.
I was gonna say something like that. It's funny. I don't mean that. I'm just saying, sort of.
No, Jesus implores his people to come out of the Catholic Church, but he doesn't call it that. He calls it the Whore of Babylon.
Mike.
Oh no, sorry. He calls it the Lady that Rides the Beast.
Wow.
What is the Whore of Babylon?
But that's the big
You figure that one out yet?
I don't know. I know The Gates of Babylon by Ronnie Dio. That's all I know.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
if here's the thing. Here's the thing, Rhaegar. If the Pope saddles up to Islam, get out while you can.
You know, there's Jesus knows the people who love him, so definitely don't, you don't have to feel like he can't put you there. But I can see where, oh my gosh, there's so many churches that do more harm than good in any denomination or even non-denomination.
Yeah, that's why I don't believe in denominations.
Right.
All right, Mike, you're thinking about why I'm in the New International Version. That's horrible.
The not inspired version.
Yeah, the not inspired. Where's just King James? I don't want new King James. I want King James. All right, there we go. There came one of the 7 angels, which had the 7 vials, talked with me, saying unto me, Come hither. I will shew unto thee the judgment of the great whore that sitteth upon many waters, with whom the kings of the earth have committed fornication, and the inhabitants of the earth have been made drunk with wine of her fornication. And so he carried me away in the spirit into the wilderness, and I saw a woman sit upon a scarlet-colored beast, full of names of blasphemy, having 7 heads and 10 horns. And the woman was arrayed in purple and scarlet color, and decked with gold and precious stones and pearls, having a golden cup in her hand, full of abominations and filthiness of her fornication. And upon her head was a name written, Mystery, Babylon the Great, the mother of harlots and of abominations of the earth.
Yeah, that one.
That's an impressive description. And that's an ancient throne then that goes back.
The 7 heads are 7 mountains on which the woman sitteth, and there are 7 kings. 5 are fallen, and 1 is, and the other is not yet come. And when he cometh, he must continue a short space. And the beast what was, and is not, even he is the 8th, and of the 7, and goeth into perdition. And the 10 horns which thou sawest are 10 kings, which have received no kingdom yet, but receive power as kings 1 hour with the beast. These have one mind, and shall give their power and strength unto the beast. They shall make war with the Lamb, and the Lamb shall overcome them, for he is Lord of lords and King of kings. So is it the UN? Is the Whore of Babylon?
No, too many nations.
Too many nations.
I figured it was.
This is a system.
Yeah.
Especially
It's.
how
Did you want to come where people can hear you?
Yeah.
It does seem to represent the idea of like a system of like luring people into debauchery and then controlling them that way, because it seems to be how a lot of these, like especially the communist nations and things like that, the first thing they do is try to tear down things like the family unit and the purpose of people joining together and starting families and just being obsessed with every sort of wrong thing in the world, and then going from there and trying to destroy everything in its way.
I remember the beast hated the whore.
That is true.
And I remember it's like in China, they would encourage, that kind of thing, but after a while, it's like they start forbidding it. It's like because it left by itself, it will just completely destroy.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like it's a tool. It's a popular tool for like demoralization and depopulation. But eventually, they have to get rid of it because left to its own devices, it'll just
destroy everything.
It'll destroy everything. And so I'm kind of like, maybe I just kind of feel like maybe the Whore of Babylon is like the spirit of decadence and of just destructive pursuit of pleasure, and that kind of thing.
I need to go reference. Sorry, I'm looking for a reference because I need to make sure I need to get my Judas right.
Oh, it's after 11 o'clock. I'm turning into a pumpkin. Elliot, can you make sure everyone behaves like adults?
I'm not sure I can accomplish that, but I'll do my best.
I can't do that.
Generally speaking, that's a no.
Hey. All right, y'all have a good one.
All right, buddy.
Have a good night, Edwin. God bless.
Night.
Night. Elliot.
User, my computer is acting up. It's not working.
It's getting.
Yeah. Edwin's on the East Coast.
Yeah, Edwin is in North Carolina.
Mm-hmm.
Just something or other away from Elliot there. A couple states away.
Yeah, there's a lot of states.
Well, it's a lot closer than Hawaii.
I'll tell you what, you're closer to Edwin is right now than I am to the top of California.
So, moving to North California.
That's because that's far.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good night, Andy.
California, very long.
So's Florida. It always takes me a while to get out of here.
It's skinny, but it takes a while to get to the top.
Whenever I'm going to like North Carolina for Heroes or and then getting to Georgia's a beast.
Yeah. And I mean, you're south of us, right? You're in Tampa?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, that's got to be hard.
Yeah. What are you going to do? It's for the kids.
Yeah. Do you go out to Atlanta? Or is it?
Heroes is in, where is it? I always want to say Raleigh, but it's not. It's North Carolina, Charleston. No,
so you don't do Dragon?
I've never been accepted into Dragon before.
Oh, really?
But then I stopped looking into it anyway, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, and that traffic in Atlanta. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, but that Dragon is a great show for like artists and stuff.
That's what I hear. That's right.
But the guy that used to, run Artist Alley there or whatever they called it, Tom Trainer, he passed away a few years ago. So
bless him.
I think the rest of Dragon Con is probably run by crazy leftists, so I didn't even bother trying after. Because he would always just get me spots. Once I met him, or I don't even remember how we got connected. Oh, I know how we got connected. Dustin Nguyen, that guy from Star Trek.
Okay.
He met my wife at a LA con here. I think it might have been a Wizard. And she was telling him about me, and he knew who I was, and so he's like, he's one of the guys on the board of Dragon, and so he's like, I called him, and dude, it was so funny. I called and talked to him, and it was like we were old friends because we talked for like an hour and just shooting the crap about all kinds of different stuff, and then and then he got me into Dragon Con, and then. Oh, I totally forgot that he was my original contact. That's funny. I should hit him up again. Actually, no, wait. I don't want to do cons. Never mind.
Well, it might be good for you, during the apocalypse.
Yeah, that's true.
That's funny.
I just want to do it far and sell NFTs.
There you go. I think it's a message people are gonna need.
What time is it? Oh, it's still early.
Yeah.
It feels late.
It's not 3 a.m. yet, so.
Oh yeah, do you want to see the pages I've done?
Yeah.
Since last we met.
Let's go.
Okay. Hold on. Let me stop sharing the screen here. Present. It is so bloody hot in here for some reason.
Oh. Turn down your air conditioning?
Yeah, I'm gonna go turn. I'll be right back. I need some water too. Water.
I like how some of those soldiers look like Snorks.
Yep.
Here we are with the Snorks. Remember that, Matt? You just go, yeah, it has Steven Seagal in it.
Ooh, Steven Seagal's Snork.
I don't think that Steven Seagal was in the Snorks, Matt. Yeah, it was. It was cool. No, it's not.
It was the best episode.
Yeah. That
I mean, that would be kind of awesome. Like martial art.
If in the end something wacky like that happened.
I don't know. Did they have like monsters that they fought or something? Like, did the Snorks have?
They were just like the Smurfs. They had like mundane situations come up, and there was some kind of bad guy. I think, I'm sure, some kind of antagonist. It was very mundane, very silly, but it was fun. It was cute.
Yeah, fun designs, great colors, great shapes.
I think that's what got me into the aquatic world.
Oh, there you go. So there needs to be like an Aquaman movie, and then there's Snorks.
Aquaman.
No? Oh, okay. Well, who would be better?
All right, where did we end last week, Elliot?
I seem to remember this page. Okay, who are you looking for? You? Mm-hmm. I am he, and that's not them.
Mm-hmm.
And then Peter's like, oh no, I got this guy right here. Oh, and I'm like, whoa, Peter, no.
No, chill, dude.
Yeah, you live by the sword, you die by the sword. Come on, let that go. Oh, my ear hurts. And then say, oh, I got you. No. I got this. But. Okay, yeah, this is when he's being taken. They're like, yo, what are we gonna do, man? Let's go. I'm out, bro. I'm out. Nah, that would be me too, I'm sure of it. And then
that would have to be really confusing. Like, what just happened?
I thought he was oh well. Back to fishing.
Back to fishing.
That's what they did. They went back.
I know.
Anyway.
I know. Not just yet.
Not just yet. I think Peter was the only one who went to try and be with him. Like, I think everybody else left, and Peter followed at a distance. But I don't.
Peter, he felt guilty. He felt guilty. He's like, "No, man, I'm trash." He's like, "All right, let's go. Let's see what's happening." He gets there, and then there's a fire there. That's the same fire that you'll learn about later at the shore. And Jesus is there looking at what's going on here, clearly. And did you say that you were going to tear it down in 3 days and then it's going to raise it up? Well, are you him?
That guy's kind of extreme.
By the way, man, there's a box of Tic-Tacs in my pocket. Have as many as you want. So then he says, I'm, thing with the sitting by the right hand of the Father. That guy is awesome. Then he turns to his buddies.
And everybody's like, "Oh, he's gonna do that. Maybe we should." Yeah, we don't know what this guy works.
You should make that into a T-shirt, like
what?
The Pharisee ripping apart his clothes. All right. So they'll crucify him.
I wonder if my quest line is broken.
And then, they beating him. Hey, wait a second. Weren't you hanging out with that guy? Not me. Like when he turns his head like that, there's pieces of mud splatter everywhere. Like, now I'm out. And wait a minute, yeah, I do recognize you. You were with that time with the guy. You were with the Jesus, and he's like, no, wasn't me.
What are you talking about?
Here we go. And you see the head turning that fast. It's no. And then when he's like, oh man, this sucks. I mean, eggs. And then he's like, hey, wait a minute, you were with this Jesus guy. Look, you're flipping, flapping, flirting. I wasn't with him. Oh no. Dun dun dun.
1, 2, 3.
Right, dun. Oh, I like it. Jesus has a munch on his face, a bruise.
Mm-hmm.
And there's that muddy eraser next to him. Like, yes, we're dressed like erasers. And Pilate's like, so this is him? Man, like a lamb to the slaughter. And then, okay, wait a minute. Wait, we got this other guy. Right? I don't know what that means. Like, help me out with that.
That's a get out of jail free.
Oh, okay, I got you. I was like, they had striped uniforms back then? So then he's like, I got this idea, everybody. It's him or this guy that says he's the king of the Jews.
So this crazy murderer or this really nice guy that's raised people from the dead and people.
Or Barbarous, however you want to say it. This is gonna let you guys scot free. Don't have to worry about none of this stuff no more. Anyway, he's Italian, so he's like, hey, forget about it. Hey, yo.
I like how Jesus is waving at Barabbas.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's true. Hey, bud, I know you. I know you all along. Barabbas. Oh, that's a good panel. I like that. I love that cartoon of Barabbas. And they're like, yeah, Barabbas. What about him? Crucify
and this
him.
guy?
Wow, that's powerful, Mike.
This your king?
For reals though? Crucify! But they look more demonic this time.
Yeah.
They get a little more deranged with each panel.
Like, I don't know what to tell you. And then this is what they do. They always do this.
They always do this.
It's true. It's true.
It is what it is.
We did it to all the judges and the prophets and all that stuff. And look at us now. Look where we're at now. And he said this is his only son, and we crucified him. And like, it's taking it. Oh man. Oh, dang, Mike, this is oof. Oh, it's harsh. It's harsher because you made Jesus look super innocent there. Oh, sad, man.
And he's not that affected by it. It's like it's something that he's going to go through, but he's not upset at anyone.
He's got to do it. He's got to do it. And then waka, waka. Oh, that's interesting that you drew that over again. It would have been as effective if you had just duplicated it, but it's pretty good.
Well, I mean, if you notice subtly, he gets tired.
Oh, I see it now. Yeah, when you see it all together, it'll definitely read like that. Oh yeah, yeah. Are you serious, man? Serious? Die! Why won't you die? That's from a cartoon movie I saw. Oh, I see. That's the passage of time. Good stuff. And then, look at this. We got a special thing for him over here. King of the Jews, huh? Here's your crown, huh? Oh, look at him. Bow down. That's pretty good, man. Like I can really tell that that's what's happening there.
Mm-hmm.
That they're mocking him and they don't even have scowls. That's pretty good, man.
Yeah, that's true.
This is almost inspired. And then they bring him back. Look! That's how they sounded, by the way. That's how crazy they sounded.
Yeah.
Like,
It had to have been something dark on them.
but he didn't do anything. There's no stains, no blemish. Where is it? What did he do wrong? Because he said he was equal with the Father, with God.
Oh.
Huh? You? That's true. Turns out. So then, this is really good. You know, I guess he's saying, if you get crucified, divided by scapegoat, what?
Look at his hand.
All right.
This is where it says, I have the power to crucify you or to let you go.
Oh, I like the power. Oh, I see the slashes or. Okay.
Yeah.
This by this. Okay. And he's like, he picks the first one, option 1.
Well, he's really saying you would have no power if it wasn't given you from above. But how am I going to put that?
I think it does show like he's peaceful with this. Like it's okay. You know, this is what had to happen. Because he was trying so hard. I think I remember hearing once before that scourging was supposed to be a lesser punishment than the crucifixion. So even in doing that, it was like, look, this is definitely more than enough of a punishment. And they were like, nope, we definitely want him to die. And there was only one case where someone was scourged and crucified in recorded Roman history, and that was Jesus.
You know what might be kind of cool for power is if you had like a cloud and a little bit like a bolt of lightning peeking out, or trying to think of power like a battery, or I'm thinking like a power source, maybe just like the graphic for.
Oh, I can do this. I can do that.
No, yeah. Okay, then he goes, cross over here! Bunch of yahoos, and then Pilate's just like, these people are crazy. Wait a minute, something ain't right. Haha, we did it, fellas. Haha. I sold him out. Take your silver and be done with you. Goes on the floor. That's expensive.
That's it.
Huh?
That's it. I'm working on the next page.
Oh, okay. That's good, man. That's great. Oh, okay. Now I know why you're doing all those fun coins on the floor now. Oof.
Yes.
It does look good. I love all the little rises and textures on the patterns. It looks nice.
I was showing Becky. She likes it too.
All right.
Nice.
Good stuff, Michael.
Oh,
Good stuff.
Andy's wondering where we'll be able to get the book.
I'm
I
trying
think
to figure out what to do in that regard, actually.
Weren't you entertaining it just publishing it digitally?
No, the idea is to get this physically out to as many people as possible. I didn't think about Christmas. It's already October, November, December. I don't think I'd be able to get it printed by Christmas.
Don't rush it. You're doing
Yeah.
something good.
Or didn't even think about that. Easter, maybe.
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
I mean, I'm on page 150. I said the crucifixion would be around 150 pages. I'm at 151. Literally, the crucifixion is, I'm on 152 right now, the hanging of Judas. And then the next scene is the crucifixion.
Oh, yeah. Becky was saying Easter. They had done for Easter. Or released.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure it out. I've been praying about what to do in terms of how to move forward on this stuff, and I don't want to move forward until I have some sort of conviction about how.
Absolutely. It has to be together first, and then how it needs to be released, God will reveal that to you in its time.
Yeah.
Because God's timing is the right timing.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Correctamundo.
Yeah, that's how I feel with
Absolutely.
All right, now I gotta connect my thing again. Elliot, you're not showing up at night. You doing work?
Oh, I thought I was.
No, you deleted it.
No, I didn't.
Yeah, you did.
I never did. I kept working
You
on
did
it.
so. Elliot, don't lie to me, man.
For crying out loud.
Good.
Why is it not wanting to share my screen?
Yeah, I hope so, Andy. I'm like I said, I'm not, I wouldn't say I'm struggling with it, but I'm waiting for a confirmation on how to approach it. So
Right. Yeah. The Lord opens those paths. So I'm sure you'll know when it's right.
yeah. Oh shoot, I can show it now. Oh wait, I can just show Elliot's.
See, he was drawing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought it was going. I was like, oh, I don't know. I thought maybe
sometimes it disconnect. Oh, that's cool.
yeah, I'm trying to. I just picked this random subject matter. Well, not random, I guess, but I wasn't in. This is just me practicing illustration. Trying to be like Matt Cosson, he's so good at this stuff.
The shading is interesting. Is that like, I guess it was like charcoals?
I mean, I'm just doing. I don't know what brush I'm using here. It's one of the Photoshop brushes, or maybe it's.
Okay.
It's maybe it's one of the ones that I've bought in the past, or something that Photoshop has in it now. But it's just it's one of the smudge brushes, but it's got like a texture to it.
Oh, okay.
So it's It
so
feels
that's
like a. Go ahead.
It is kind of like blended out and kind of smooths into each other. It's just interesting where like some of the creases have almost like a highlight kind of quality. Like the light is kind of coming from a spooky angle.
Yeah, I don't know where I got it from, but I like that look where I do this when I do my pencils, like when I do graphite versions of this sort of thing. I'll separate with white negative space instead of trying to make it darker.
Really? Oh, cool.
I don't know if it matters. I don't know. I'm sure someone's going to say you're stupid for doing it that way. But No, someone will. Maybe you guys won't, but somebody was like, "You're a moron." But
They have
no,
a
I do.
very strong opinion about it.
You big
Well,
dummy.
you'd be surprised. But I kind of like the effect that it has.
Yeah.
So I'm working a little backwards. I'm not working the whole thing like I should, but I wasn't
Hmm?
sure how far I was going to darken it anyway. So this is still me learning some stuff. And
That's
I'm
cool.
really disappointed about all the stuff that's going on in the world right now. But it's gonna be all right. We're gonna,
It
you know,
is.
things are gonna.
It is.
I mean,
It's,
what's the worst that could happen?
none of it is taking God by surprise, so we'll keep everyone lifted up in prayers, and certainly it's all going to work out towards good.
Well, for those who love God and are called according to his purpose, it doesn't mean it works out for good for everybody.
Oh, well, I mean, okay, yeah, that's true. But good as in like a true and universal, a true good, let's say, because having bad people succeed is truly bad, and having good ultimately succeed, whether bad people like it or not, is still good. So, yeah,
I think what to say is the best possible outcome will be
th-
achieved.
that is true. Because
Yeah.
I think there was a scripture where Jesus said, I do not pray for the world, but I pray for those that you've given to me. Like, that's,
Yeah.
which of course was everyone, but there's a choosing, it's like, okay, now would be the time to start praying, because God will wants to snatch away everybody and rescue them if he can. So that's why he sent his
It's
son.
his will that all be saved.
Absolutely.
Unfortunately, he can't override your will. So
No. Hmm. That is a cool drawing.
We'll
Now,
see.
do you ever color over these, Elliot?
No, I don't. But I don't normally put this much effort into anything like this. So this might be something I try to color.
Yeah.
Just happens to be, you
Yeah.
know, it
You
was. I was just thinking of something spooky-ish, but and I was just drawing how I'm always drawing like an aggressive-looking character or something, and then I decide who he's going to be later. But I thought, oh, okay. And then I thought this might be a good subject to try since there's not a lot of hair. First, I can work on this part, then I can figure out what that looks like later. But truthfully, I probably will delete this file sooner than later because it's too much time already. I give it to the colorists out there, man. Colorists are bad people, man. I'll tell you what, they're awesome. They can handle some stuff.
So you don't do a lot of coloring yourself, or do you prefer working with colors?
No, I actually don't like working in colors that much.
I was thinking you might be able to just.
Go ahead.
I was thinking you might be able to just put a saturation layer over it and just tint it to whatever color you like, so all of your beautiful, like, brush and pencil work still shows through. You could just, try different colors if you wanted to. But
yeah, that's probably what I'll do. I'll do some sort of color. What's the saturation? What's the one you put on there with the? I think it's. I forget. It's not an effect. It's something else.
Overlay?
Yeah, color. Yeah.
Yeah, sometimes that'll make things look lighter. I think it depends on the colors you're using, of course. But yeah, that's a good one. Ah, fancy! Look at that.
I don't know.
There you go.
I'm not sure yet. I have a decent grasp on color theory and such, but it's just not. It's not the most sophisticated interpretation of all that.
It's just not your jam, and that's okay too.
Yeah, I'm never really. The world I see is almost always in black and white. It's funny. Not literally, but I mean.
Yeah. You see more the structure and the shape and the effect of light on things, than the way the
Yeah.
colors come together. Oh, it totally makes sense.
I'm always impressed at how color people talk about color. That's pretty cool.
You said colored
I
people.
can see that.
Look at you talking that stuff, Michael.
I remember I ran into an artist once. It was at Epcot. I think it was like the Festival of the Masters, but the one that they had in in Epcot rather than downtown Disney. Anyway, and it was really interesting. I was looking at some of his pieces, and they were watercolor, but they were really, really high contrast. And I'm kind of like, just kind of head tilt. I'm like, what in the world? Because the use of color that he had in there was interesting because it was like the shades were kind of close to each other in a way in their depth, but then when he was using the darker colors, they were so much darker. And usually with watercolor, it's going to be a softer palette and usually not as contrasty or going to be kind of flat. And that's beautiful too. I'm not against anything, but I was just trying to figure out what it was I was looking at. So I got to talk to the
part of
artist.
that is also the quality of your watercolors, because a lot of the cheaper watercolors don't use that much pigment.
So a lot of the vividness of it, yeah, that could have a lot to do with it too. Like use it for like sand and like sky and stuff like that, but not have that really deep color. Yeah, I think gouache is good if you want to get a deeper color, but even then, you still need good paints and use enough of it. But the artist I was talking to after a while, talking to him about it, it turns out he was colorblind. So he picked, and I'm kind of like, I was talking to him about it. He's trying to explain how that affects his work, and I'm like, so that's why you focus on levels rather than shades. And he's like, yes. I'm like, oh, that was really interesting. I mean, it's a pretty wild medium to choose for levels, I think, because a lot of watercolor is preserving the light in something like that. But it was just a medium that he enjoyed, and it was just kind of interesting seeing how people who have a different relationship with color and light and form, and how that affects how artists interpret things. And there's beauty in all of it, and it's just interesting to see how it affects style and the way things come together. And it's just, I don't know, I thought that was really cool.
Yeah, John Byrne's colorblind.
Really? Did not know that. He's a heck of an illustrator, though.
Yeah, I mean, he used to color stuff too, but he'd do it by like the number. He'd do it by the number of the color, not the color.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So if he had a list of like colors that would work together, like you say, okay, this is this color, this is that color, then he could use that for shading.
Yep.
I'm guessing. Oh, that's interesting. One of the artists on D&Q Fan Edition is colorblind too, and her, well, not entirely, I think, like a limited, yeah, but her colors are gorgeous, and sometimes the way she brings them together is just like, that's kind of stunning. It's just amazing to see what different artists will create.
Yeah, it's like I said, it's always fun to hear someone that's good at it technically and then explain it. Like I said, I have some solutions, but they're pretty limited. When I used to do t-shirt work, it was mostly just color by number too. Like, okay, that footballs are brown, the jersey is blue. Pick a highlight and a shadow. It works, it's serviceable, but it's not as. Now I try to use color more like a graphic device. I try to point to things. I'm thinking of that, and because that's how I'm using light in general. Especially when I'm doing a lot of high contrast stuff, it's mainly to just point the viewer or the reader to something in particular.
Yeah, try and guide the eye around. It makes something that just kind of has that flair to it, right?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I did a t-shirt once and it was like 4-color printing. So I figured 4-color meant like 4-color. So I'm like, okay. So I picked, like, they wanted a red and blue for the logo for their shirts. I'm like, okay. So I get red and blue and then 2 other colors. And so I think I ended up going with like a beigey color and like I think a yellow. I'm like, okay, there, that'll work. What nobody told me and I didn't know before then and no one bothered to mention was that white white had to be a color. So I'm kind of like,
Oh yeah.
so the design didn't use white anywhere. I'm kind of like, you're telling me you paid for white and I didn't get to use white? I was so ripped off. I'm like, I would have used that everywhere if I known. So it's kind of like, and they're giving me a hard time about it. And then they went and decided the shade of red that I used wasn't the shade of red they wanted for the logo, so they went ahead and paid for 2 shades of red. And I'm like, let me know, and I would have updated the graphic. And like, no, it's okay. We're just going to complain about it. I'm like, or you could tell the artist, these are the outlines and limitations we have for this project. You could do that. Like, meh, we just want to complain about it later. Like, oh, okay.
That's the way it works.
Mm-hmm.
That's always fine with me. Like, go ahead, take it away, because I'm did my part. Yeah, the one thing I never really had a strong handle on, that I have some friends who are really good at it, is color separations. They were masterful at it. Yeah, but you know, it's hard. I was looking at some guy on YouTube recently who does DTF printing, his direct to film printing. I thought it was really interesting. The machine's expensive, but for what you're doing, and I imagine if you're industrious enough, you can make that money back. But it's cool. You print to the screen. It's not the same as Plastisol, you know, your typical t-shirt stuff, but you get that nice, and it's not water-based, so it's not that nice hand necessarily, but you do get a nicer hand than just Plastisol. And it prints right to a sheet, and the sheets are as large as I think they go up to 13 or 14 by 18 or some nonsense like that.
Really?
And you print it, and it has the software it comes with does all the separating for you. And the guy was explaining how it was super useful and how effective it was. You don't have to put that much, you don't have to go into Illustrator or Photoshop to separate those things anymore. It just does it for you. And then you take with all that, you take the ¿cómo se dice? You take this powder, it's an adhesive, and you sprinkle it on the back of the film.
Okay.
And then when you're ready, you also have to have a press, a heat press.
Oh, all right. So it's not screen printing, like traditional screen printing with the ink?
No, it's not. So you press it onto it with your what's that material that doesn't stick and burn? Like I think it's Teflon is what it is.
Teflon? Yeah, okay.
And you put it on there, and you cook it for so many seconds. There's another machine. Man, it's really impressive. I'll send you guys a link if you're interested. I think you might appreciate it. If you like that kind of stuff. But I was impressed. I was like, wow, man, that's a nice little feature there. But coming from t-shirts, it's just color separation though. Like you got to really know because we used to use curves to manipulate the deposit of ink based on the artwork. And
interesting.
It was cool, but you know, the problem is from one press to another press, you don't know if maybe the heads are, you know, tighter, or they move slower than they normally would, so they maybe put too much ink, or the best you can do is hope to control the deposit of ink through the dot matrix. But nevertheless, this thing is pretty cool. I was impressed with it.
Oh, man, that is one of those things to me that always seemed like some kind of magic. Like, okay, and then you're sure this is gonna work, and then 1, 2, 3, poof! Whoa! Look, it's a picture. It's pretty wild.
Yeah, when you see the video, it's pretty cool. And the guy's a very like average Joe type of personality, so you can tell he's basically selling it on like, hey man, I can do this, you can do this. He's not a salesman or anything. He's for the company. He's just showing you how it works. He's one of those guys that his channel's about t-shirt printing.
Cool. I mean, if you've got a good product, then you just need to inform people, right?
Yeah.
Not that we have anything against like the slapper or the chop-o-matic or anything like that. That's cool too. Nothing wrong with that. But
Slap
he should.
chop? What?
Yeah, I think that's it, right? There's the
Yeah,
maybe
slap chop.
slap chop. Like, oh, okay, cool. I probably need one of those. Like, I don't have a set of knives I can cut shoes with. Maybe I need one of those.
Shoes are tasty.
Ginsu.
Done right, like put over a smoker and left for a while.
Come on now.
There you go.
Go shoe leather stew. Come on.
That's what's up.
That's what's up. You know?
Mm-hmm.
Mess around
That's
and
it.
find out.
Everybody has some shoe leather stew.
Costin, in case you didn't know, you are muted. If you've been trying to say anything this whole time.
Sorry.
I just
didn't want you to feel like you were being ignored.
Yeah.
No. Becky just talked to me, so that's why I had unmuted.
I was trying to drag him into my conversation earlier. He just ignored me.
Sorry.
Oh, hey, Maggie's here too.
Hi, Majin.
What's up, everybody?
Good to be.
Sorry, we've been neglecting the chat a bit.
That's the journey.
Is it daylight saving time or something? Did I miss? Like, it feels later. I feel like we've been off for like 2-3 hours, and it's only been on like an hour or so.
I don't know.
Don't think daylight saving. That's not until like 2 a.m, right? I think, and then it goes.
Yeah, I feel like I missed one.
Like that.
Here, Elliot. Latest page.
That's much better. Thank you, Mike. That's so much.
Oh,
better.
that's strong, man. That's
Yeah.
strong. I like that.
He's just swinging. He's swinging on the swing.
I think we know he's not, Michael. I think we
The
know
rope
he's not.
swing.
There you go.
How happy he is to be on the rope swing.
I can hear the children now. What's going on there, mommy? I'll tell
It's
you
a
later.
swing, kid.
Yep.
But you just saved the parents from doing something, getting to a situation they're going to feel strong about later.
Right.
You know we're right. You know we're right. If you're going to use that, that equity, use it on the crucifixion. More, if you're going to be harsh, that's the spot to do it.
Well, we'll figure it out. It's up next.
If you
That's-
must. If you must.
Jimmy says it's too ambiguous.
Oh no, it's not.
Judas is forced to swing by himself forever.
Cursed for the eternal swing.
Could pull a stance, a Kai, put a death symbol floating up. I think this gets the point across.
Yeah,
Or
it leads up to that.
Yeah.
That works.
Yeah, Wednesday's
Needs more kicking. Jiminy! For Pete's sake. All right, back to Matt Cousins' art. Was ist?
Yeah. What is this?
Oh, this is
Jiminy, do you want the link?
and twitching. Oh, yeah. This is I'm doing some art. This is actually kind of like a warm up where I'm doing art for a guy for his comic. So this is kind of like me, kind of like playing around with my style for the comic.
Are these his characters then, or just something kind of similar to it?
Yeah, well, I turned his character into like a giant, like robotic mech. Because the character is like flesh and blood. His name's called Zombo. And
Oh.
it's like a wrestler who turns into like a zombie.
Okay.
I think for power. So I'm doing like an anime, and then they have like luchador wrestlers though, So the girl's a wrestler, but in my thing, she's gonna be like flying this mech version of the main character.
Oh, that's a fun idea.
So yeah, so I was gonna send this to him. I lost this file because I named it something other than what I didn't put it under the right names, and I didn't know which folder it was in. So I was like, oh man, I guess I just lost the whole file, and then I just found it just today.
Actually, I just
Okay.
found it on this live stream just now. I'm like, oh,
Nice.
yeah.
It's being held for just such a moment. Well, that's cool. So, is this like for a cover variant or something, or because that's quite a broad interpretation of that?
Yeah.
Is it like first one offer?
I was just playing around with it, kind of like thinking of like what kind of style I'm gonna give this. So I was trying out like this is all just like the pencil tool, and instead of inking it, and I was trying to keep it loose because I want to focus on just the overall impression of the image.
Yeah.
And then I'm still like want to work on her because the way he draws her more like she's a wrestler, so she's a little more meaty. But I was thinking if I try to play it up where she's a little more like lanky, I don't know. I kind of so far I guess I like it. But
Yeah, she's looking cool so far. And your robot variation there is cool too. I like the little mechanical like patterns and stuff on his legs. It looks very Gundam-y.
yeah, I'm trying to get that kind of feel like a giant robot, those mecha. And then his symbol is like a lightning bolt type thing. So I thought I'd give him like these weird wings.
They have a lot of those kinds of things too. Sometimes they grab them and use them like swords or something like that.
Yeah, and then he's of course got the wrestling belt, with the skull on it. So I
we have to. Yeah, big wrestling belt. Or how will you know that he's won the wrestling match? I'm a sports person, in case you couldn't tell.
Yeah, you gotta make it clear. But yeah, I'm gonna throw all the colors in right now.
Oh, that's where your sketches are. Wow, that looks. So this isn't ink. This is all sketch.
Yeah, just all pencil.
Oh wow, that's really tidy though. Very cool.
Yeah, and then I just threw color on it because I just want to see. I don't want to take too much time because this is not like a commissioned piece or anything, but I want to make it look good.
Yeah,
it could be like you can kind of get an idea. Okay, this is what his stuff's gonna look like.
Right. Yeah, get a feel for what it would be and how you'd like to approach that kind of thing. Yeah, inking is a great skill, but it does take a lot of time, as Mike can attest, I'm sure. Although he's really fast at it. So
yeah, I'm getting faster.
Down, man.
I'm getting faster. I inked a comic page today.
Really?
That's fast for me.
Exciting.
Yeah. I finished one page and I started inking the second one. But I'm trying to get quicker on it.
That always seems to be the goal, right? To try and be a little bit faster.
It seems like that's almost my only goal now when I'm sitting down to draw. It's like, how can I do this faster?
Faster.
And it's like, I mean, I want it to look good, but I mean, I'm always like, can this be done faster? Because
faster, better, cheaper.
Because it's like I don't know about you guys, but when I took my time on doing stuff, I ended up looking at the stuff that I did that took my time on versus the stuff I did faster, and it didn't look like much quality increase. So I'm like, it made me mad. So I'm like, I guess I just got to crank it out.
I know, right? If the stuff you're doing faster is, is maybe only like 10% inferior to the stuff that you're doing, where you're being really methodical on it. I'm like, if I didn't learn something from this, I'm not sure.
Sometimes I like it even better. Sometimes, or if it was any better, it's like it's not much better. I'm like, that's what made me mad. I'm like, I took time on this thing. Like I was talking to Richard Friend, and I was talking about this one piece he did that's really great, and he did the pencils and inks, and he said it took him. I think he spent like 40 hours on it or something like that. I can't remember exactly. It was like good amount of time because you don't do it in one day. I mean, obviously,
sure.
But I was just like, I wish I could do that because I start if I don't. For me, it's like I have a short window. If I can't finish it in a certain amount of time, I start losing steam on it, and I don't want to do it anymore. So for me, I have to do it fast too because even if it's a personal project, because I start losing my interest in it. I don't know.
Yeah.
Welcome, Jiminy.
I mean,
Jiminy.
Oh, Jiminy. Hey.
Hello. How's everybody?
Doing all right. How about yourself?
Okay. Just flew in from New York. So.
Oh my goodness.
I'm tired.
You beat me to it.
Huh?
You have to, right? And boy, are your arms tired.
Yeah, my arms are tired.
Exactly. Yeah, no, I went to see my my mom. I haven't seen her since before the pandemic, so
Whoa.
it's been a while.
Wonderful.
But she's
How's
doing
the
good.
family? Oh, good. Good,
Got to see,
good.
got to see all my relatives and everything, so it was fun. It was a lot
Nice.
cooler than Florida, so that was nice.
Well, yeah, that has to be true. Do they live in New York City or upstate?
They live in Westchester County, about 45 minutes north of New York City.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's still all right there. That's good.
Wait, they live where Professor X has his institute?
Exactly. We visited his mansion. They're all doing good.
Bro.
Nice.
Logan says
Nice.
hello.
You're goofy.
We knew it.
Exactly. So no, it's fun. Fun trip. We're gonna try to go up every year. So
Cool.
because she's getting older, and
You want to visit family, of course. No, of course not. Oh, that's great.
Yep.
Now, did you drive up or fly up?
No, we flew up. I
Okay.
don't have the patience to drive 20 plus hours anywhere.
Yeah, I don't think that. Yeah, I don't really do well with really long drives. It's kind of like, oh,
Yeah.
nope. I'm just gonna stay home. That's okay.
It's like I don't even like driving 3 hours to Orlando sometimes. So I'd rather just
Mhm.
I'll probably
Yeah.
right line up there if I ever go next time. So
That's not too bad though. I mean, you're making pretty good time. You're down near Miami or not a bit north of there.
yeah, about like around Fort Lauderdale area. So
Oh, okay. That's not bad.
yeah. So but yeah, no, it was a good trip. I took JetBlue, which is the best airline because they have TVs on the back of the seats. So
Ooh, that's cool.
That's living the dream right there.
I know, seriously. It's like
Yeah,
flying first class, but without being first class.
Delta has those too. It was kind of neat that way.
Who does Delta?
Uh-huh.
Oh wow.
Well,
Okay.
yeah, they did when we went up to see my brother. So,
Cool.
and they have the tasty little cookies. Although maybe everybody has those, but I've heard people joke about the little spice cookies. So
Oh, okay. Oh, cool. Yeah. So no, it was a good trip.
nice. Honestly, a lot of, but from what I found looking around, is that not all airplanes go out of all airports to certain places. So, like,
Right.
if you want to go from here to there, you have to take one or two of those because they don't all. So we were looking for like JetBlue or something like that, but they weren't in Orlando or Tampa. So like the only ones I could end up finding were to head up where we needed to go was pretty much Delta. So I'm kind of like, okay, we'll go with that.
Yep.
Sometimes you can fly out of St. Petersburg, which is not that far from here. And you actually get some cheaper flights out of there too. Yeah.
Oh, nice. Oh, it's got some nice art museums too.
What do they say?
Mm-hmm.
It's not at the airport, but
okay, maybe not, but I don't know if you're going to be making a trip out of it. Maybe when you come back, like, okay, I'm going to go look at the Dolly Museum. Or my friend said one of his favorite museums there was just one that was all a collection of Western art, like all kinds of stuff about the Old West, just in all different kinds of pieces. And said it was eclectic and lovely and one of the better exhibits he's seen. So I'm like, oh, that's cool.
yeah, a good buddy of mine has Native American art in the Smithsonian.
Wow.
Pretty cool. Yeah, it's pretty great.
That's cool. Mm-hmm. Well, that's nice. Hopefully they get to. I wonder if his art ever gets to travel to different shows, or is it just pretty much at this? If you're in the Smithsonian, you don't get much bigger than that. But still, that's really cool.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. Yeah. Oh, they're giving him the clothes to wear. Oh, that hurts him. Oh, take this. Oh.
Mm-hmm.
He looks more surprised than he looks like he's struggling with it. What do you think about that?
I'm trying to make it funny.
Oh, like the hanging scene?
Yeah.
like the whipping scene? Funny like that?
You got to keep the tone, even though you're crucifying our Lord. You know.
I got you. So who is this that you're depicting here?
Jesus.
It is? Okay. So what is he doing in the middle two panels?
He's putting his cloak back on.
Okay.
After he got whipped.
Are you thinking of drawing the man who helped him carry his cross?
Yeah, that's the next page.
Oh, really? Oh, cool. That does set it up because it looks like he could use some help.
Yeah. Well, that's kind of the gag. Is like, here's your cloak. He's putting it on, and the guy's in the background, kind of like bringing his cross over, and then just drops it on his. He's like, his knees buckle.
Oh goodness!
Actually, maybe I should have the knees go in the other way. Yeah.
To look more like unbalanced. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'm happy to have you back, Jiminy.
Oh, thanks. Yeah.
Back in the Sunshine State.
I decided to come on tonight because I felt bad because every other time Mike sends me the link, I either can't do it or I'm doing something else.
Staring at naked people.
Yes. Not this week though. This week I was hanging out with clothed people. So.
Clothed people.
That's good.
That's good.
Mm-hmm. As people at.
That's an upgrade.
Yeah. Of course, whenever I go to naked lady class, it's always like the old lady with no teeth who's modeling. So it's like.
Yeah, but they're more interesting to draw, right?
Yes, they are interesting.
Yeah, when I was doing back when I was in college doing life drawing, it was like the dude that was most interesting to draw was this rock climber dude.
Oh, cool.
He was like freaking ripped, and he would always do these cool like rock climber poses.
Yeah.
And stuff, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody that just sits there like a lump is kind of boring.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Did he have rocks to climb or something like that, or did he just?
He brought his own rocks.
No, he was just acting out, you know, like.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, in my first life drawing class, I was nervous, and then I see this like little old lady. She's probably like in her late 50s, early 60s. She came walking out, little round lady with a bathrobe, and I was like, oh no, because I was like, this would be like my grandma or something, you know. And then, but she was so professional. She was doing it for years, so she was like, she just did these poses like these elegant like Frazetta or these like Renaissance poses. That was so good. I was like, wow, she's good.
Yeah.
You just got your mind on doing the shadows and capture the lighting and the figure. And you didn't even think, you were like, she was the best. And then I was used to drawing older ladies. And then I went to one class in Detroit, and it was like the first time like a younger woman came out. I'm like, oh no. And then like, but then like, I got in the zone too, and she was good too. But she looked nervous, so you know.
Oh, of course.
And I was just like, and that's funny is like the worst one was the guy. There's two guys. One guy was like a hippie, the long hairy guy, and he would like walk around during the break naked, like to talk to you. And I'm like, and the teacher finally was like, hey, you got to put a robe on or something. You'd be talking to people.
He's just an exhibitionist.
What?
He's just an exhibitionist there. Like, he's just his excuse. I get
He
paid
wasn't
for
even
showing
getting
up.
paid. Yeah, he was just.
Yeah. He's like the guy.
He paid them.
Yeah. Yeah. I wouldn't be surprised. He was like doing yoga on his break naked. I'm like, oh gosh.
No one needs that.
Yeah.
Somebody does. Hey. That was just for you, Jiminy. That was just for you. For your chosen course of education.
Wait, Jason, you haven't seen any of this stuff? UFR?
I've seen this strip you're working on. I mean, but this stuff you're working on right now, I'm just seeing it.
Wow, dude, this page 153.
Okay, cool.
Been on this for a minute, hot minute.
Yeah.
Looks good.
I'm just surprised you've never seen it.
Now, is this going to be in a compilation book, or is this going to be like a web comic, or what?
It's going to be a printed book.
Okay.
Trying to figure out that whole thing.
Format, yeah. No, it looks great.
Thank you.
First, it needs to exist, and then it can print.
Figure out the rest.
Now, are you hoping
Good
to
lord, those are
available
fast
by
rabbit
Christmas,
folds.
or
Again, I don't know what.
I understand.
I'm waiting for some confirmation.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
No, it looks good. Very cool.
Better than a gay vampire.
I like the sort of trope you're using where everybody's covered with mud. I like that. It's very clever.
Well, you'll figure out why when I do the crucifixion.
Oh no.
No, that was the whole vision of this. That's where the vision of this project came from.
Mm-hmm.
Was I had this vision in church. I don't want to say vision like God gave me a vision.
Right, I understand.
Like,
Yeah,
right.
yeah. This.
And it was like it started with the idea of not a blank canvas, a white canvas, and a single dot of black paint was on it, and it was to symbolize how imperfection cannot exist within perfection.
Right.
And then it turned, sort of morphed into this idea of people just completely covered in mud as sort of a symbolization of their sin.
Mm-hmm.
And then Jesus is there, and he's the only one that has no mud on him.
Right.
So it's like, I always refer to Monty Python. Well, how do you know he's a king? He's got crap all over him, right? And so, the vision I had was when Christ is being crucified, as the nails are going into his hands, the mud from everyone else starts disappearing and starts accumulating on him. And when he dies, tetelestai, it is finished. It all disappears and it's all paid for. So
that's So, so you're going to show the mud disappearing from some people then, but not everyone.
No, everyone.
Everyone.
Because all sins paid for.
He paid for all the sin,
right,
of the world.
Interesting. Then the question is whether or not you accept him.
Plus, this is for children,
right?
And that particular theological debate is not going to be well represented in the cartoon. So the idea is to get the gospel to people without any words.
Mm-hmm.
Out of the miry clay, and I will sing.
But that's why it's called a far, by the way. Nobody ever asks that question. But why is it called a far?
I was about to ask that.
Were you really?
Yeah, I was
far.
about to ask.
Far is the Jewish word that means clay, dust.
Interesting. So it's only coincidence that it sounds like a far?
Yep. You can use that meaning if you want as well, but that's why it's called a far.
Oh, cool.
Sing a new song.
They kind of don't like me.
Sing a new song.
Hey, it's the Comics Bear. What's up?
Oh, Comics Bear.
Zach says this book he's working on. You mean the Bible?
Yeah, I got this totally original idea.
Yeah. I wrote it.
It's an adaptation, buddy.
It's honestly, it's a translation. It's a translation into pictures.
There you go.
It's interesting terminology after a conversation you had earlier. Interesting.
It's the MSM translation.
Blasphemy!
No.
Now it's time for a modern twist.
Hey!
Hey, Pet Panda.
No.
Hey.
Hello, Nolan.
You said that like Seinfeld.
Oh, the
With
comic
great
spare.
power comes great responsibility.
And bamboo?
And bamboo. And free buffets.
Ooh, yeah.
Hey, the comic spare. I'm sending out your artwork tomorrow, so just to let you know. I'm late on a bunch of guys, so I have a folder with all my late art, and I've been working on it for the past few days, working on finishing up all the stuff. So I finished comic bears. So I'm working on. Is it Muerte? You know him, right, Mike? Muerte?
Yeah.
I'm working on his right now. I'm almost finished with his, but I finished the comics bear.
Are you gonna be doing Matt's art on your show comics there?
The kind of birds and I.
Oh, he did it. He did once. I seen a video pop up. I didn't know he did it. And but also comics bear. What characters do you like? Because I'm adding in a bonus to everybody's package that they get from me for waiting for so long. So I'm adding in a bonus. So just let me know which characters you like. Like one character that you really like that you'd like to see drawn.
We'll have a party.
You can even private message me if you want to do that. And I hope you have the
He
same.
says it sounds great, cousin.
And I hope you have the same address too, because it's been a while. So I have your address, but hopefully you haven't moved in the past year or so.
Oh, no.
Vampire.
Okay, modded character. Okay, cool. That'll be the second modded character. I think I did. No, wait, might be a third. I did a modded for. I can't remember. Did I do it for Amy or Melissa? Amy?
Yep.
Yeah, I did. I'll do another one. Do modded. Yeah, I'm almost done with the book. Almost done with modded. So I'm getting down to the last action scene, the final showdown between the champion and the main character.
The final 100 pages.
Wait.
Yeah, it probably is going to be about 100 pages. I'm already at like 75 now. I'm like, oh man, it's adding up.
Oh crap! Not weird.
A lot of pages.
That was a song.
We're looking forward to buying it. So hurry up.
Thanks. I'm happy with it so far. I'm like,
Alex.
even my old pages, I'm happy with. So it's the first time in a while I've been happy with everything.
Oh, that's amazing. How often do you say, yeah, I really like the way everything came out? Like, serious? Wow.
Yeah. It's the
Which
first
is
time.
to say it didn't come out well, but your own expectations and how things come, I don't know. It's hard not to be frustrated.
Yeah. I mean, it's, you get it, what is like 75%, 80% of what you want. It kind of comes out and you're like, oh, that's still, but the 100%, I don't think it's 100%, but it's close to what I wanted. So that's good.
Yeah. That's amazing. Man. And learning, which is great. The more you can get out of something and learn and improve, that's got to be the best part of it.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
I learned a lot.
Mm-hmm. I mean,
What's up, Nolan?
What is up?
Nice of you to show up finally.
Yeah, before it got too late. Well,
I'm right on time.
Yeah.
Ray of sunshine.
A wizard is never late.
I was gonna say,
which is like tomorrow for Elliot.
Yeah.
What?
He showed up tomorrow. Well, tomorrow for us in California.
Sure.
Oh, that's right.
We're talking to a guy in the future right now.
Oh, please.
Or people in the future. Melissa and Amy are in the future as well.
Well, I'm talking to the future. Elliot is the future.
Future
Everyone
man.
knows Elliot is the future.
The future.
Elliot, Jim, and are the future.
Oh, perfect. They're splitting up.
In the
And
year
I found a Twitch bar.
2000.
It's hard being in the future.
It is the year 2000.
Dun, 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 dun,
Do you know there are actually lyrics to that song?
Oh, really?
Yeah, if you watch the
Yeah.
first pilot episode, it's like a whole like 10-minute James Bond intro with the vocals singing to it.
Da, da, da,
Seriously?
da, da.
It blew my mind. I bought the CD box set or the DVD box set. Oh man, I was blown away. I was like, "What? There's an opening song?"
Shout out heart. Better, shout out.
Why don't I know this?
It almost went with the lyrics I had in my head. Oh, like Star Wars. Remember Bill Murray sang the Star Wars lyrics to the theme?
It's Star Wars.
If there could be wars, there would be Star Wars.
The X-Files theme song has lyrics.
Yeah, there's got to be a guy who could just make up lyrics to like lyricless songs for opening of shows.
MASH has
Yeah.
lyrics.
Does it?
Yeah.
That's right, it does.
Why?
Suicide is painless.
Very idle.
It brings on many changes, and you can take or leave it if you will.
Go, go, go.
Man, the 70s are depressing.
What are you saying? Yeah, depressing or disgusting?
Depressing. That's a.
Oh.
Oh.
Well, okay. So, you've never seen the Robert Altman film, MASH?
I heard of it, but I didn't see it.
Yeah. So there's a character there called Painless. I mean, that's his nickname. Like, you know, Hawkeye and BJ and all. They all have nicknames. And he wants to commit suicide. And so they have this whole ritual thing for him to like you know, go out, but then they kind of show him a good time with some ladies instead, and he's all happy the next day. So, but in part of the ritual, they're singing that song to him about suicide.
Oh, it's a family film. Gotcha.
Yeah.
What?
Oh, Bat Panda.
Well, that
Michael-
movie, that's how you got the Hot Lips Houlihan. The nickname for Hot Lips, because Frank and her were like fooling around in his tent, and they snuck a microphone into the tent so they could hear, so the whole camp could hear them. And she's like, "Oh, Frank, my lips are getting hot." And so that's always she got Hot Lips Houlihan.
Oh.
Hot Lips. Yeah, that's the blonde lady, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. That was Sally Strotherman.
Sally Struthers? No, not Struthers.
No, not Struthers. Sally Sutherman.
Sutherland.
Sutherland. Yeah, I think.
Yeah.
I can't remember.
Wait, who is she?
Oh,
She wasn't. She's not related to like Donald
Kiefer?
Sutherland. Kiefer?
No, he was in it, but he played Hawkeye.
Ah, okay.
Sally Kellerman.
Sally
Kellerman.
Thank you.
Kellerman. Ah.
Thank you.
Is that from the movie?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Who played her in the show?
Loretta Swit.
Loretta Swit. Okay. I was like, that's not her name. That's not her name. Mike, what do you think about this?
Shaka Zulu. Ooh, creepy.
Oh, nice.
Ooh.
Very nice.
Sexy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Why is
Cool.
that? Is his face in the
Nice.
shadow, or is the
Yeah, I'm trying to do like he's lit from behind
gotcha.
and like the Batman lighting.
Mm.
Did someone say Batman?
Mm-hmm. You know all about that, right, Bat Panda?
I'm not a panda. I'm
Oh. Batman.
I'm Batman. Oh shoot.
Batman. Okay. You know all about that, right, Batman?
Panda, I'm a human.
Bat, not a panda at all.
Oh,
It's a hybrid.
oh, speaking of Batman, I finally saw the Patterson Batman movie.
Oh, what did you
It's-
think?
That
I liked it. It's probably
Great, isn't it?
Really?
I like it. I think it's like my favorite Batman after
Yeah.
Keaton.
Oh my gosh, Matt has a decent take on a movie.
I know. I was just gonna
Oh,
say.
wait for
I,
it.
I was
wait for
bracing
it.
myself. I was bracing myself. I was like, oh, it's not
Wait
gonna
for
be
it.
bad. My opinions to myself. I'm not gonna get into an argument or debate. I'm not gonna say it. Even Sabella's in it. Whatever.
No, I
Hey,
liked
Matt,
it.
Matt,
I
you
liked
know
it from
what?
the opening scene.
I watched the Flash movie.
Oh no.
Oh, you did?
Uh-huh.
Where'd you see it on?
On
Hulu?
HBO Max.
Oh,
On
HBO.
the
That's right,
toilet.
HBO Max. I got the DC movies.
Yeah.
So, what'd you think?
I was super freaking annoyed by pretty much the entire first act.
With the Ezra Miller?
Yeah, Ezra Miller's so
But he's a
annoying.
Miller.
But here's the thing. I like the fact that by the end of the movie, he realized how annoying he was.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was good. That was good.
Like he didn't notice it until he's seen it himself. Like he stepped outside himself.
Yeah. It's like, dude, have you ever like watched like video, like somebody's recording you and then like you do something stupid and you're like, oh wow. That when you step outside of yourself and you see yourself like saying something stupid or whatever, it's like
Become self-aware.
Yeah.
He's probably looking at the script and thinking like, okay, wait, what's this part about me being annoying? Or
What
I
do
don't
you
get
mean?
it.
I don't understand this.
I don't get what is it?
And could you call me they them, please?
I'm the squirrel wizard, whatever.
Well, in the movie, they are they them.
That's true.
That is funny. Hey, so you heard about the rumor for all that, right? You heard about that that there's some discussion that that Warner Brothers is going to sell, or whoever Discovery's going to sell Warner Brothers and especially DC.
Really?
Yeah, they're saying that it might even go. That some of the rumor, it's been going on for a while, and somebody confirmed it. At least more information that the whole thing with Gunn is that it was just to kind of make it like a look. If you get this is what you're going to get. You're going to get all this as part of the deal. So that's why there's been a lot of back and forth, and it's all been pretty like what's going on here, what's going on there. That some people think it might either be they don't think it's going to be Apple, but they do think it might be Amazon or Universal.
Oh, I hope it's Universal.
Yeah, me too. Me too. But yeah, that's crazy, right?
Yeah.
Now, if only they would buy Marvel back. But anyway.
Do you think they're gonna do another Batman with Patterson?
I believe
There's
they
some-
are.
Yeah, they're talking about it.
Yeah.
I think it's supposed to be like a sequel, and then that's it.
Yeah. There's supposed to be a different villain this time. It's supposed to be, I think, Clayface, I think is the villain in this next
Dude,
one.
I cannot wait to see a Clayface on live action. That'd be so sick.
But they're not going to do it the way, like the animated series. It's going to be like the old school one where he had a messed up face in a tank or something like that.
It's gonna be a guy who just rubs clay on his face.
It's gotta be CGI, and it's gotta look like Ed McGuinness drew it.
It's gonna be all in shadow too, all in shadow, dark lighting.
Yeah,
I'm
probably.
thinking it's going to end up being like a disfigured man, and they'll just say he looks like his face is made of clay, because they're too realistic. It's not gonna make any sense. At least, I mean, I'm wrong.
They've got to do something freaking. I mean, like in Spider-Man 3, the Sandman was like the best thing about that whole movie.
Mm.
So if they could do something with Clayface, it would be like sick.
I think so. But
Yeah, I'm not sure if they'd be willing to do something as sort of fanciful as Clayface though, because it seemed like they were trying to do a real grounded version of Batman with the first movie. So
yeah, There's
Then
already
they
they've
should
already
not
talked
use
about that.
Clayface at all if that's the case.
Well, they could use the original one from the 40s where he was just like an actor who went psycho.
That's what I mean.
Oh,
Yeah,
really?
that's what they're talking about. It'll probably be the case because they're not gonna go science fiction with it.
Oh man.
Yeah,
Oh.
it's a shame. I would love to see like a real cool Clayface who changes forms and stuff. That'd be
Yeah.
awesome.
I mean,
That
Clayface
really was
might.
a good one.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, I was just saying that the Clayface character, he was a really cool premise for a villain, and the way they did him in the cartoon was really neat.
My beautiful, dark, twisted Fago tree. I love my guest mother. Oh, thank you very much. Love you too.
Oh, that's endearing right there. That's heartfelt.
Not right now.
Very
All right.
interesting take. All right. Is that an indication that you're out?
Not.
What's that?
Well, you said all right.
No, I think I was referring to the statement. I was saying
Oh.
that was endearing. Although I probably should head out.
Hey, now.
I really like the way you're doing these shadows.
How am I doing it?
What they
Very cool. It reminds me of Vern Hogarth.
Oh, really?
I mean, hopefully you won't take offense at that, but I think it looks cool. Makes it look very three-dimensional.
I'm not.
You
offended
know,
by it.
Elliot might not take offense to that, but I do.
Oh well, I can't help that, Mike. No,
Well, Hogarth.
I love it.
Hogarth was a good illustrator on Tarzan and stuff, but yeah. So that's why there's a lot of talk about like they can't figure out what's going to be the entry point for this next thing, and there's a lot of interesting commentary going around about Aquaman and whether or not that's how that's going to play out. And there's some not new, but similar conversations surrounding Amber Heard again, and there was some. That's funny, hilarious, but oh well, what are you gonna do?
Yeah,
Try not to lose too much sleep over it.
I just hope they make a Blue Beetle sequel.
Did you think the first one was good?
It's horrible.
Oh.
It made the Flash look like Shakespeare.
Oh goodness.
It's
You
terrible.
needed to add a little bit more sarcasm.
Oh gosh, it was so bad.
Oh, you just reminded me of the whole opening scene with those babies, and oh my god.
Oh yeah, that was great. I love that.
So bad.
The CGI
Oh.
babies, they were so awesome, so realistic.
And the dog, the CGI dog too. What do you think about
Yes, yes. Oh
And they put the baby in the microwave.
yeah.
I was like,
That was the best part. And then I remember somebody reversing that scene, so it was him putting a baby in the microwave.
oh yeah, I think
Yeah,
it's
that nerd screaming.
But he does though, doesn't he?
Yeah, but at the end,
they'd like save the baby from getting nuked.
So gross.
It
yeah,
works.
instead he was nuking the baby.
I feel like Flash should be able to run away from a situation like that pretty well, though, shouldn't he?
Yeah, but it was like
He's kinda
2
healthy,
dozen
though.
babies or something, right?
Yeah, and then the whole idea that entire side of the building collapsed and there were only babies in one room. Like that's all the people that were in that building were the babies in that room.
How babies could run.
I don't understand why that door locked and she couldn't get out.
The baby could?
I don't remember the door.
Well, with the nurse, she's in the maternity ward, and then the building starts to shake, and she grabs the door to get out of the maternity ward, but the door's locked, like from the outside.
What?
So she and the babies are trapped inside that room. And I'm like, who locked the door to the maternity?
Yeah, who's locking?
Yeah,
No,
it doesn't make any sense.
locking people into the maternity ward. That doesn't seem likely, especially not the nurse who works there.
Yeah,
That seems like
maybe our other nurses didn't like her, and they did it from the outside. They were all-
You know what? Maybe she
Those are-
wasn't a nurse. She was actually there to kidnap children.
Oh,
She worked for Jeffrey Epstein.
Oh, snap.
Twist.
Terrible, Mike.
The twist. And then Flash just left all the babies with her, and she
Oh no.
she took them to Epstein Island.
Yeah, the
Wow. Whoa.
extra scene at the end of the movie is her flying with babies into Epstein Island. That'd be terrible.
this is
Yep.
getting dark. It's getting dark.
Well,
That would
Jake-
be such a funny epilogue, though.
My
Like that.
cancel
Funny.
Mike.
Oh, I was gonna say, did you guys notice how Michael Keaton's The Batman Mansion was the exact like from the movie, the original movie, '89? Like the kitchen and everything.
No, because I
was
didn't
like,
pay attention to that stupid movie.
it was exact. Like everything was like perfect.
Matt measured everything.
I was like watching the theater. I was like, oh my gosh, I got everything. It was like,
Where's
that
Alfred?
was the first Batman. Yeah,
That was good. I loved all the Batman parts.
Yeah.
Especially the final scene. That was best.
yeah,
I
that
tried-
was crazy.
That was
I tried
hilarious.
to love it, but I couldn't appreciate it after a minute. I was like, why are his lips so puffy? Why does he have that problem?
Oh,
Why
when
is-
he's inside, when he's in the outfit, yeah.
yeah,
Because
all the time.
he's like
All the time.
70 years old.
Yeah, but listen,
His skin's super soft.
that's what it is. It has
Yeah.
nothing to do with all that Botox. Come on.
You lose all that elasticity in your skin, man.
Well, he always looked like that though, wearing a costume. His lips were always.
Yeah, that's why I couldn't stand Michael Keaton as
Oh,
Batman.
he had the best face for Batman mask.
Oh no!
Like,
What?
yeah,
What?
yeah. It was
Ah,
the
ah,
best
oh,
face
freaking
for Batman.
kick
You are
Dawson.
fired.
No, he's out. He's out.
Oh,
Thanks for visiting,
poor
Matt.
Matt.
That's
Oh, he got
enough.
kicked. Oh,
That's enough out of you, young man.
rip
There's
Matt
only
Cox.
so much I can take.
I told you, you just gotta wait for it. It's like
Brother.
clockwork.
Wait a second. This is not what we
Val
planned.
Kilmer had the worst though. He was the
Oh
most.
my gosh, get him out of here. I feel like he was still talking and didn't even realize that I kicked him out. Because
Gonna
as
get
soon
his-
as I brought him in, that's what he says.
as to get his word in edgewise. Oh, that's funny.
He's probably still talking.
I know, right?
No,
as someone who studies structures,
George Clooney
every
was
time I
good.
watch superhero movies, it
What?
just makes me.
Get out. He just said George Clooney was good.
No, his face.
Oh, his face, yeah. But I couldn't. I liked him as Bruce Wayne. I couldn't stand him as bobblehead Batman.
Right. But he would have made a good. He would have made a good Batman if he had a real script.
Oh,
Or if he could manage to talk in that get up without bobbling his head. It was so annoying.
Right.
Maybe he has that condition that
Michael Keaton has.
He's got
Or
bobbleheadism.
Michael J. Fox.
yeah, what do you call that?
He's got
Degenerate.
Parkinson's.
It's called.
But just for that role.
Hepburn syndrome.
He actually, I thought that the costume was the better costume of the three movies, but he, aside from the nipples, but I thought it was pretty good. But
Yeah.
I didn't like it. I try to like it every time I watch it. The only thing I can say is that I don't know if you guys have heard me say this before. If you stop looking at how terrible it is, it's actually an adaptation of the Adam West show.
Right. Yeah.
That's why it's bad.
But that's why I liked it to a degree. But I can't justify that. That's clearly a guilty pleasure of mine, and I don't even like it that much. I'm like, the one I like.
Dude, the guy freaking that owns the license or that bought the license from DC for the Batman franchise. He spent 20 years trying to get it made as a serious, dark, going back to the roots of what Batman actually was, and then that freaking guy tries to take it back to the very thing that killed it the first time.
True. That's why I like the Pattinson one. After all, I thought it might not be the greatest movie of all time, which I don't think it's bad at all. I also think it was a great detective Batman story.
Yeah,
Again,
it's the first detective Batman story.
Yeah, I was like, wow,
He's
that's
not a
pretty
detective
cool.
in any of the other ones.
Yeah,
He made a great Batman. He made a terrible Bruce Wayne, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was weak in that. I agree.
So, who is
Also-
the best Batman and who's the best Bruce Wayne?
Best Bruce Wayne, I think, is probably
Oh no, I know exactly who the best Bruce Wayne is.
Christian Bale, probably.
No,
Who?
it was Alec Baldwin in The Shadow.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
no.
it. That would have been a good choice.
I love that movie, but he's a little too Brooklyn for.
I like Keaton as the best Batman and Bruce Wayne.
I like Keaton's Bruce Wayne, but
no,
he's more scary. He's more like
Mr. Mom is
on
not
the
Bruce
edge.
Wayne. I'm sorry.
He was a better actor. He's like got more range than.
I know, but he doesn't look anything like.
Yeah, that's what I thought too. But then he just pulls off the persona so good.
No, he doesn't.
Yeah, because he seems, I buy him as like a guy who can actually do the things that he's doing in the bat suit. Like he just seems like kind of like he knows what's going on, and he's the only guy in the room who knows kind of what's going on. But he's like acts like he doesn't. But then I don't know, he's kind of scary.
that's because they wrote him like that. That's not because he actually acted like that.
No, because he pulled it off good.
He acted kind of psychotic most of the time. Like,
Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah, he was psychotic too. Which is cool.
No,
Scary.
it was dumb.
Because that's what a guy who wears a bat suit is. He's psychotic.
No, Batman as the character is supposed to be calm and cool and collected.
Yeah, but he's
a
wearing a bat suit.
You want to
It's
get nuts?
crazy.
Let's get nuts.
He's crazy. He's wearing a bat suit. He's not all there, man.
That said, as a Michael Keaton film, I thought it was a great Michael Keaton film. I thought his whatever role he was playing may not have been Bruce Wayne, but he acted great doing it. I liked him.
Didn't
He's
he do
always
that
fun to
right
watch.
after Gung Ho?
I don't know. When did that come out? Because that was in '89, right? The Batman.
Gung Ho was like 87.
Probably true.
I remember Michael Jack Nicholson said that role was like really changed or really put him on his best, his acting best. He said he's brought out a lot of. He said because it was just cool to try a weird character like that.
I thought he was just playing himself.
No, he only played himself when Vicky Vale showed up.
No.
And then he slipped into Michael Keaton for like 2 seconds. And then right back into the lame Bruce Wayne thing.
No, I'm talking about Jack Nicholson, right?
No, Jack Nicholson.
Oh, Jack Nicholson. I thought you were talking about.
Jack Nicholson was just like he was more like kind of like a Jack when he was like before he became the Joker. Like he was kind of more.
Well, it was really funny. Jack Nicholson, I think I hated the way he looked because he was like fat Jack Joker. But if he had played that role like back when he was like in the 70s, he would have been perfect.
Yeah.
Like One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, Jack Nicholson.
I thought he was superb.
Yeah, I think he's the best Joker, man.
No way. Heath Ledger's the best Joker.
I actually prefer.
He's the worst.
I prefer him over Heath.
Joaquin Phoenix?
No, I prefer him over Heath Ledger. I'm still not a big fan of. I like Ledger as a villain. I don't believe he's the Joker.
He doesn't seem like the Joker. He seems like some crackhead, you know.
But he looks like a guy who I can understand why they would call him a Joker, whatever that means. But I don't know. I think ultimately though, I think.
Yeah, you're looking for Cesar Romero. I get it.
Oh yeah, that was a Joker.
No,
Right there.
Yeah, that's a real Joker. He was cool.
I'm looking for Jose Luis Garcia Lopez.
I love
really
a Joker, an actor who refuses to shave his mustache for the Joker.
That was awesome.
That's a base Joker.
I told Becky that look, he has a mustache. She goes, "What? No, he doesn't." I go, "Yeah, look close." She's like, "Oh my gosh, she didn't even notice."
That's how cool he was.
White.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy. They would never do that for anybody nowadays. They want you to shake your head.
Did they put the face makeup on over the mustache or something?
Yeah.
Or
Yeah. Oh yeah. It's amazing.
Yes. Taped it on over.
For the longest time, I used to wonder, like, what's wrong with his lips? When I was a kid, I couldn't figure it out, and then when I finally learned that, I was like, well, that makes sense. and I still accept it. I don't care.
By the way, the Joker, Heath Ledger's Joker was designed based off of Lee Bermejo's Joker.
Off of who?
Lee Bermejo.
Who's that?
He's a friend of mine, actually. He's a Wildstorm artist, and he did a Joker series. And then when they went to design the Joker for the movie, they went to his series and copied what he had done.
Cool.
You know, that's what they did with this new Batman with the Patterson. It looks a lot like that one Italian artist, that Marino, I can't remember his name is. He did that Batman painted like a watercolor.
Marini,
yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, yeah, it reminded me of like that turned into a movie, like his graphic novel. Similar color palette, kind of like monochromatic almost.
There was that one shot where Pattinson's in the very beginning when he's in the train station, and he's walking. When I listen to with my surround sound on, and I just hear the sound bar, you just hear the footsteps clunk, clunk, clunk. I was like, that is terrifying. I would poop myself if that happened.
Yeah, that was cool. Right when I saw the opening scene, I was like, oh, this is sweet.
But a lot of people don't like that movie. I'm surprised
Really?
how many. Yeah, I'm surprised how much flack it gets.
Because they're not used to that kind of Batman, I don't think. You know, a detective Batman.
No, the third act kind of falls apart, though.
I'm okay with it.
It's just like, oh, it's a bunch of incels.
They're all Trump supporters.
Bunch of virgins.
That doesn't bother me so much. That scene where Catwoman says that line, I remember listening to it, I was like, oh, it's no big deal, whatever. But then again, I think a lot of it makes, like, that Riddler guy was freaky. He was good.
Yeah, he was very good.
The guy from There Will Be Blood.
Yeah.
Oh, is that where he's from?
Yeah. He's always freaky. He looks freaky all the time to me.
Paul Dano. That's his name.
Oh yeah.
That's it. I thought he was pretty good.
He did
as the Riddler too. Like I wasn't sure about that idea, but then but I don't know that it was so much incels as it is just people that followed him online. You know, like he just had people that were. I get that's what they were trying to say, but I just took it as, oh yeah, those are his followers. Those are the people his acolytes. Sure. But yeah, I guess if you read it that way, I suppose.
I mean, think about it. That's what Antifa is like, right? Antifa is like a bunch of wimps online keyboard warriors thinking they can go out there and kick butt. And they're all like, oh my gosh.
Yeah, it really was. I don't think they even intended that, but that's kind of how it played.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because those guys
like
are
the
all
unintended consequence of making Ken the hero in Barbie.
Patriarchy.
It was his movie, from everything I've heard about it.
Yeah, he made Barbie Land of Paradise with a patriarchy.
That's how you do it.
I mean, do you think they needed to resolve the end where, after the dam blew up? Because I was thinking, like, oh, would the movie work if you just ended it right when the dam broke? Where it's like, oh,
okay, we're not talking about Barbie, right?
No, we're talking about Batman.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm like, whoa, what happened?
the dam.
I mean, the levee or whatever.
Keep going. What are you saying? I'm curious about what you're trying to say.
Well, because I felt like them resolving all that, it just felt like, okay, it's just the traditional, we superheroes gotta save the day sort of thing. But I think I would have found it interesting. It's like, okay, what if this is like the start of the, kind of like the criminals getting there, kind of establishing the playing field for Batman, with this movie. Like, okay, this is, it was like a bunch of small criminal things going on beforehand, but now it's like, okay, now this is serious, and from there you can jump off into the subsequent movies with Batman really like having to up his game.
Yeah, so you feel like they tried to wrap up too many.
It felt like it.
Yeah.
I don't have the best idea to.
They probably could have cut an epilogue or two.
I remember thinking something like that too, but I think my brain settled on was like he became the whole it actually fits the narrative of the film. He's not a hero throughout most of it. He's just a detective. He becomes the hero when he accepts, like, the whole time he just wants revenge, and he's just trying to he's psychotic almost. Like, Alfred's worried about him, and I think, and this is the first time I actually believe it. Like, I didn't believe it with the Ben Affleck one, except for a few things he says. And this one, I was like, I could see why Alfred's concerned for Bruce.
Yeah.
And so when he makes that move, I feel like what he's doing is he's accepting his role as not just a vengeful spirit or the angel of death, but he's actually Gotham's protector now.
Yeah. That's his arc. Without that, he has no arc.
Yeah. But I also see what you're saying, though. Like, that wasn't a good opportunity to do Cataclysm and just have all the bad guys take over Gotham. But this is also a year 2 story, right? Like, he's not really Batman yet.
Oh my god! Well, he is.
Yeah, I think you're right. Yeah, it's like he's been doing it for over a year, right? That's what it came into.
Yeah. He's Batman, but he's not the Batman that would be. He's sacrificed.
He's not the Batman that would join the Justice League.
Right.
He's not the hero we deserve.
Like I thought. I feel like he was gonna kill himself. He's that kind of character who would harm himself that way. But in fact, because he was acting that way. Like, he didn't care. Like, he didn't care about the bomb. He only cared about the bomb when Alfred got hurt. That was the point where he was like, what's all this for? And then he realizes, oh, my dad was weird. And, oh my gosh, my mom was crazy. Some of that stuff was weird, but I don't know. What do you think about this next Joker, though? Are you excited about Joker at all?
Yes.
Oh, yeah, that's right, at the end. Yeah, I forgot. Yeah, I'm curious.
Oh, no, he's talking about the new movie with Gaga.
Yeah.
No, I didn't even watch that other one.
Yeah. Matt doesn't understand how good that last Joker movie was.
No, I'll never watch that one.
I think that that having all the levees break was like, okay, it just felt like, well, it was like a lot for him to deal with. Like, okay, how does one guy be able to handle all this? But then they consolidated all within, like, everybody goes to the arena, because, like, that's the only, like, I guess they had to figure out some way just to kind of contain it, because it just felt like the levees breaking is just, that's destroying the whole city. But I don't know, I guess, I'm just thinking out loud.
No,
I think stakes, man. You gotta raise those stakes.
I think you're making a good point, but I'm saying that, like,
I understand it, though.
That's why I like when after that scene, after he leads everybody out, which, by the way, was a fantastic shot, when you're looking down at him with the red flare and he's leading the people out through the water. But when the next scene pops up and it looks like time has passed because he's all dirty, I got the impression that he's been working the whole time.
Yeah.
And so it didn't bother me that necessarily that much, but I can certainly see where you're coming from.
Yeah, it's more like it's sort of satisfying. I mean, I can understand how they wrap it up. Like, yeah, maybe it's that. Oh, it feels like you got full from a meal, but maybe the meal wasn't outstanding or that memorable for you. You know, like I feel full, but maybe in this one instance the food kind of felt a little bit bland. But I don't know exactly how you would fix it. That's the only thing I would say.
I think that's why people are giving it like some heat now after all this time. But
maybe time will help it get better. Who knows?
I still love it.
People I think don't like something that's too different, because it's totally different than every Batman we've seen.
Listen to you who won't go see the Joker movie.
That's true.
Huh? Oh yeah, I would never see that. I don't. First of all, I don't like.
Preach it.
I'll never see a villain movie. I don't like villain movies. I want to see the hero. Yeah, I won't see villain movies. I just have no desire to ever see it. Like, it's like, I don't want to see a movie about, like, the Penguin, or the movie about, like, I don't know, any villain, Lex Luthor. I want to see I don't even want to see Superman, but I would rather see Superman than a movie about Lex Luthor.
But actually, I thought that what's his name did a great job as the Penguin in that movie.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Tom. Is it Tom?
Oh yeah, he did good. That was, and what's funny is he's a horrible actor.
No,
and,
he's not. What are you talking about?
Every
Colin
movie,
Farrell.
Colin Farrell.
Colin Farrell.
Colin Farrell. Not yeah. Sorry,
Oh,
he
yeah,
looks like my
Colin
Good
brother.
actor.
every movie he's done's bombed, and it's not
No,
because
you're
he chose
so
the wrong movie.
crap.
It's because he was starred in the movie. Dude, every movie he's done is bombed. I don't even know how he keeps getting the second chance, the second
'Cause
chance.
he's
the
a
second
great
chance.
actor.
Oh man, he's so good that his movies all bomb.
That's not. That sometimes the movie's bad because it's a bad movie or was directed poorly.
It's because
or
he was
written
in
poorly.
it.
like all your Steven Seagal movies are terrible. What are
Yeah.
you talking about?
Well,
They're
They
all
should
bad
get.
movies.
I
They
gotta
should
say,
make a movie with all these like, super the stars they're trying to make leading guys like Colin Farrell, Armie Hammer, and just have them like have a movie where they all try to take the lead, and then at the end you get to see who wins.
Colin Farrell would lose every time, man. Whatever movie,
Expendables Junior.
Colin Farrell. Oh my gosh, he did good in this Penguin though. He didn't know why he did good because he didn't even seem like himself at all. He had makeup, didn't act like anything like. He had no accent.
Because he's a good actor.
Yeah,
It shows
he just needs to cover his face and he can do it.
Oh boy.
Wow.
Otherwise,
That is the most.
yeah, because
that is-
otherwise he's
yeah.
himself. Every movie he plays the same guy.
That is so not true, dude. How
Oh,
many
yeah.
of these movies have you seen? Hello, Comics Exposed for $2. Welcome.
He's the worst.
What's the word of the
Absolute worst.
He's the
Comics
worst.
Exposed?
What's
Oh,
the
I'm
word
sure
when you
Okay,
just
with
minimize
the,
something
so with
too
the
far?
Penguin though, isn't he supposed to be like this high class, villain? Whereas like in the movie they kind of made him like, hey, he's like from
He's a
Jersey,
mobster.
right?
Yeah.
He's a mob. It's like, hey, get out of here, bats,
Right, but I thought the idea of the Penguin was that he's a mobster who tries to act like he's high class.
Yeah, but he didn't seem that way in the movie.
Well, yeah,
at least it
because
didn't come
it's
across.
him just starting out as the Penguin, quote unquote. So
Yeah, it's the Penguin Year One.
yeah,
Hmm.
Penguin year one.
You should have
Everybody you want.
They should have had a scene where he was like,
All right.
he got up from the car crash and then he like picks up a monocle and then
and a cigar holder, cigarette holder. He goes whack 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 whack.
whack,
Puts on a
whack.
top hat.
What do you think, Elliot?
Starts waddling down the street.
flames burning behind him. He does his first
Are you gonna-
waddle.
Are you gonna scuff him up anymore as he moves along? Well,
Well, he's got. I mean, he's scuffed up here.
yeah, no,
Just-
he is. Yeah. Oh yeah, I see it now. I see it there.
Yeah.
We need some chunks of flesh just
Oh, God.
on the
You
floor.
really don't.
I mean, it's for kids, so it could be crumbs or
Aw. Aw.
There's my cat meowing.
Here's that looks great.
You want attention.
Yeah, that's powerful.
Very nice, Mike. Very nice.
This.
Go, Jason.
I think you're doing a great job handling a very difficult topic.
Thank you. Yeah. It'll be interesting because I'm almost there.
Yeah. But I think the value of what he accomplishes in that and taking on the burden, I like how it overshadows the difficulty of what he's going through. Like, the good that he's accomplishing is better than the horror of what he's experiencing. And I think that brings a kind of honor to it.
Needs more blood.
How dare you?
Mike's gonna go black and red at the end.
Oh yes. Crucifixion scene. All of a sudden.
That wouldn't be bad actually. Did you start incorporate red at
Cook it
all?
in here. I'll be back here. Let's put it on. Dracula.
Yo.
$2 from RH Snow. I love you, Mike. This comic is going to be lit. Thank you, darling.
Lit. That's what the cool kids say.
That's what the kids say. Yeah. I tried using it one day and it just laughed at me. They just said, "You are unlit, Dad." They didn't say that.
This is so fire.
You have to use the word slay. That's the name.
Yes.
Slay.
Yeah. Greetings, fellow young people.
Yeah.
Do
they use sweet? Is that still a thing? Sweet?
No.
People still say that.
Some people still say awesome.
I do.
I do too, but we're also old.
Yeah. We're awesomely old.
Yeah, sure. Awesome.
Awesome.
I like using rad a lot.
Rad.
I like
groovy.
I didn't use it when I was a kid because when you're from New York, you don't say California words. But,
right. Yeah.
But now that I'm older, I'm like, so rad. I always wanted to though. You can't be cool to say rad, but back then. But now I can.
You can be fun. That's
My
rad.
son asked me the other day what sweet meant. He's like,
Really?
"Why do you get so sweet?" Yeah. He's like 6 years old.
You're getting mocked by your 6-year-old? Yeah, you're a loser. 6.
It's kind of like that word. You said that word heavy. Is there something wrong with the gravitational pull?
Why is everything heavy?
Did you have artificial
I heard
sweetness?
sturdy. Has anyone heard sturdy?
I've heard that. Yeah.
Sturdy?
No, I haven't
In
heard
terms of
that.
dancing. Yeah.
Yeah.
These kids and their misuse of language. What I don't like is they take actually everyday words and they change the meaning entirely. Like, I don't, man, it's just like you're changing the language where you can say something that doesn't even mean that anymore. It's like, it means something totally, I don't get it.
Yeah.
That word has a
Right.
function.
This word has a meaning and you're not using it for the correct.
Yeah.
You'd be like, yeah, he's so handsome.
Yeah, it's like,
He's so
Dad, why'd you
handsome.
insult him like that? You just called him a loser. He's like, what? Handsome. Handsome means loser. You're like, what?
It does.
Good.
No, I'm just saying that's how it would
You're
be.
so
I mean, isn't that what 4chan did with the OK sign?
Yeah.
Oh no.
Okay, yeah.
OK.
Man, can't believe. Yeah, there's someone who used a word. Oh, some kid used a word at me. He said yeet. You know what that means?
Yeah, to be
Yeah.
taken away from.
Yeah,
throw.
I had to go look it up in the Urban Slang Dictionary online. I was like, yeet. I was like,
Who
what?
uses that?
Who made up that crap, man?
Cool kids.
There was a video where this one guy was like, someone was handing out like DVDs or something, and it had some kind of objectionable material on it, and the guy would, oh no, yeet, and threw it like as far as he possibly could. I don't know if there's a mandatory
Yeah.
explosion at the other end, but like,
Yeah,
yeet.
that's what I mean.
So-
Yeet. I was like, what? I go, what the heck are you talking about?
It's like
And then,
You know what's the
no,
you know
man.
what's the difference between a baked potato and a flying pig?
What?
One's a heated yam, the other's a yeeted ham.
Oh my gosh. Did you kid make that up? You made that up you made that up, didn't you?
No,
Is
you
this
didn't.
thing on? I think I told that joke last week.
It's this thing.
It's like when the kids do they mock like Southern or redneck culture or cowboys. They go yee yee. I'm like, where did you get yee yee? It's yeehaw. It's yeehaw.
Yeehaw.
Where did the yee yee come from? But they all
Yee
think
yee.
it's that. They're like,
Yee
yeah, Dad,
yee.
it's cowboys yee yee. I'm like, that doesn't. I've never heard that.
What?
before.
What the heck are you talking? That's
I know.
Chinese.
I don't know what it is. It ain't right. Whatever you are doing, it is wrong.
Remember that one? Was it that yearbook? The Chinese kid. His name was Damn Son. Someone wrote, So they put that as a response, like for someone saying something. They put his kid's picture with his name.
It's like I used to really enjoy the term "my man." What's up, my man? Because it rolls off your tongue real nice. My man, like the alliteration is perfect. When they say my boy, like what? Why did that's like saying something weird? Like you stab yourself with a fork or something, and said something after that. Don't do that. That's bad. You sound terrible.
Like
yeah, you don't get it. You don't get it, my boy. Like my boy, I'm like 12. Shut up.
Yeah, that's what. I had this one girl was saying it to my brother. He's like, don't call me that. You know, I can't remember. Oh man, it's so funny because I've seen this little kid. We came out of the movie theater, and this little kid was probably like 5 years old, and he was talking to like a couple there in their 20s, right? I mean, they're probably oldest mid 20s, they're probably early 20s, and they were talking to this little kid, and he's looking up at him, and they're like, 5 feet taller than him, whatever. He's 6, really short. But the kid goes, he said, "How old do you think I am?" That's what the 20-year-old said to the 5-year-old, and the kid looked real serious. He's like, 100. I was like, we were like, what? And I started laughing because I was sitting on the bench listening, and I'm like, he's only 21, 22, and the kid thinks he's 100 years old. And I'm like, it's perspective, man. It's all about perspective.
Yep. What does that even mean at that age?
I'm looking at the 20-year-old like, you're a kid. You're only 20, 21, and then the kid, like, this guy's old. He's 21. He's like, he's 100 years old to me.
I remember I was at a job.
I hate to interrupt, but do you guys know that Keith Giffen died?
What?
No.
Yeah, I heard that earlier today. Yeah.
Oh man,
that's a shame.
Yeah, I just heard right before the show started.
Dang, how old is he?
He was 70.
No.
Yeah.
Was he really?
Mm-hmm.
I would never have thought that.
I wouldn't have either. Oh my god.
I mean, he's been around.
Yeah, but that's what I thought that because he was like I always thought he was part of like the second class, like not the second class, but like another graduating class,
Yeah, like below the older.
Yeah, I always thought he was a younger guy than that. I would have guessed 60. I would have guessed 70.
Yeah, I would have said in the 60s.
Did he work on Omega Man?
I think so.
I'm not sure. I know he worked on Legion.
Yeah, and he's the one. Did he co-create Lobo, or did he create Lobo?
Yes, he did.
Yeah, he created Lobo.
Yeah, he's old then. Yeah.
Yeah. See, I thought he did that in Omega Man. Was that not an Omega Man?
Yeah, Lobo.
Yes, that wasn't. Yes, it was. It was.
Yeah, so that was the early '80s.
Mm-hmm.
No, I'm with you. I'm just my brain didn't let me believe that he was that old when you said it. I was like, what? No way. But to be honest, I don't think I've ever seen him either.
Yeah, I've never seen a picture of him. I don't think either. I remember he did like Trencher for Image.
Trencher.
Dude, that issue that he did where he's fighting Shadowhawk. Oh man, that was so crazy. Like, oh man, the style. I know some people like hate the style he did with that, but it was so crazy. I don't even know how the colorist colored it. The colorist has probably got mad respect for me just as much as the art, but because he did like when he was shooting, like he had Trencher like shoot Shadowhawk. He threw him into a car and then shot him with the machine gun, and he drew like every single hit marker where it covered his whole body with all these little bullet, and it was insane. I was like, oh my gosh, there's like 100 like hit markers on his body. Boop, 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 boop. Bullet ricochets. I'm like, it's so crazy looking. But no, like, man, that's crazy. It just today passed.
Yeah,
he had a stroke, or he suffered a stroke on Sunday and died on Monday.
Oh no! Well, hopefully
he says he has a Facebook post that was posted tonight that said,
"How did he do that?"
On his page, he said, "I told him I was sick. Anything not to go to New York Comic Con. Thanks, Keith Giffen, 1952 to 2023. Wah ha 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 ha."
I never met him, but I did get to work on a book with him. He was the co-writer, I think, but he did the layouts for Freak Force with Vic Bridges penciled, and I.
Man,
You worked on Freak Force?
I was an
That's
inker.
cool.
Which one doesn't exist?
That's so cool, Michael. You're so much cooler than I thought you were.
I'm so old.
You just went up in Elliot's book.
Yeah, man. I already did. I already loved your work. Now I love it even more.
You're over?
Man, I can't believe that, man. You know what? I don't want to. I want to blame something, but I don't know if you know what I'm talking about. Man, that ticks me off.
Aw.
Man, they're taking. Man, so many celebrities. Like I saw Mr. T just recently on social media. Actually, it was a little while ago. He got like a booster or something. I'm like, Mr. T, what the heck are you doing? And when he got it, you can tell the look on his face when he's getting it. He's like, he just knows it's not good. He's getting it, but he's doing it.
Mhm.
Like he doesn't want it, but I'm like, oh my gosh. And there's so many celebrities they've already taken from us, but you know what I mean? And they keep like Bob Saget. He wasn't one of my favorite guys, but I was listening to he did when Norm Macdonald passed, he was like good friends with Norm Macdonald. And he did like a tribute to Norm Macdonald on his YouTube channel. And I was listening to that. And then like the next week or two, he passed away. I'm like, what? I was just listening to his YouTube. And then he's gone. I'm like, oh my gosh.
Yeah, just bonked his head. That was it.
Is that what happened? Did they ever figure out?
Said.
Yeah, he like hit his head or something, and then he was complaining, or I think he
laid
said
down in
something
his
about-
hotel room bed. But
Why would the family be so weird about people knowing that? Were they embarrassed or something?
because he also got the vax, didn't he?
Yeah, but that's not.
Unless he blacked out.
That was early on in that when he died, that wasn't even something we were talking about back then.
Well, no,
That
he
was-
died. They had the vax already. He got vaccinated. I mean,
Well, I know that, but I'm saying that we weren't talking about any potential problems with it at the time. It was still. I mean, the people were like you were talking about it, but I'm saying that wasn't that the potential consequences from that weren't even.
What do you mean, people like you?
Exactly what I said. I ain't gonna lie. I know who I'm talking to. I know who I'm talking to, Matt Coffin. I'm not scared. I just want to get my control.
Ain't scared.
No, but I'm just saying it's still. No, I remember thinking like, what? Is there some sort of like conspiracy? Because they're really, really quiet about it. No, we don't want anybody to know about stuff. And it's like, it's not Michael Jackson, it's Bob Saget. What happened?
yeah.
Yeah, we know more about Michael Jackson than we know about Bob Saget, which is true. But anyway, oh well, rest in peace, Mr. Giffen.
Man, yeah, he was so good.
I just started getting into him like 10, 12 years ago when he when he worked on OMAC with Didio at DC.
Mm-hmm.
Man, I love that book. I was like, I love OMAC. I love Kirby stuff, so I was all over it. But it's a shame, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Well, I like to say though, whatever's happening in this world, I don't know what his eternal destiny is, but I'm hoping that if it is in a positive space, that he's doesn't have to go through all this other stuff. That's how I feel about Sean Connery. I was like, you know what, Sean, you go on, be with God, please.
Yeah.
I'm sad about it, but I don't need you to be around to justify. I don't have any reason for you to endure nonsense for me. Just
But
I
it's
need you to be
women in
around,
heaven
Sean.
that need a beating.
Turns out I was probably right.
Do you know how old Michael Caine is now?
90.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he said he can't really walk anymore, really. And he said, he goes, "Hey, I've had a good life." That's what he says.
Yeah.
He said, I've had a better career than I thought I'd have, So he said he's pretty happy.
Yeah.
I mean, think about it, he's worked all the way,
Matt talks like Norm Macdonald. Yeah, he says, yeah.
Great minds talk alike. No, he was 90 years old. Yeah. Well, he still is alive. I mean, but he's not. He's retired, I guess.
Yeah.
Who did?
So, but
He's been
it's
acting
funny,
for what, 70 years?
huh?
He's been acting for what, 70 years?
Yeah, he's been acting long. What he thought is he thought his career was over way before this, because he said he was getting roles where he was like the leading man, and then he got this one script. He accepted a movie, and so he thought he was getting the lead role, and they gave him the script, and he goes, "This my role is I'm hardly in the movie, you know. I'm not supposed to be." And they go, or no, he said, "I don't like the lines that you're giving this guy." And he goes, "No, you're the dad in the movie," and he's like, and that's when he was like just turning his 50s, and that's when he realized it's over. It's over, man. I'm no longer the leading guy. I'm like a dad, you know?
Yeah.
And but it's funny is all of a sudden he actually was retiring from acting at that point because he's like, well, I'm no longer the leading guy. Then all of a sudden some acting roles took on a new like life where I became the older actor, and all of a sudden people were hiring me again. But he retired for like a year or something like that or more. He opened up a restaurant or something, and all of a sudden someone called him back to get back into it. And
cool.
I like him in. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, I think he does have such a great like regal ness that he brings to his acting. I can see why people be like, yeah, playing more sophisticated and less, let's say, characters that don't rattle quite so easily. I think
Oh my gosh, have you guys ever seen Road Trip?
No.
Which one? Like who's in it?
It's
like
these
the college
two British actors. I can't even remember their names.
Oh, those guys. Yeah.
And they go on this road trip, and they do this scene where they're both doing Michael Caine impressions. I'm gonna find it.
It's what's his name from? He was in Tropic Thunder, like the director. They got blown up.
Oh
right,
yeah.
Right.
Steve Coogan, right? And I think the other guy's Rob Brydon or something. So I'm Michael Caine.
Oh, it's called The Trip. Hold on.
Yeah, Road Trip is like the college trashy.
Right.
I watched like in university.
Hold on.
Well, did you actually see this clip where?
I'll let you.
Well, broadsheet journalists have described my impressions as stunningly accurate.
Well, they're wrong. I've not heard your Michael Caine, but I assume it would be something along the lines of, "My name's Michael Caine."
That is where you are so wrong. And you can look at my live video for proof, because that's the very thing I don't do. You should talk like that.
Do you, Michael Caine?
Okay. I say, Michael Caine used to talk like this in the 1960s, right? But that has changed. And I say that over the years, Michael's voice has come down several octaves. Let me finish. And all of the cigars and the brandy don't let me finish. It can now be heard. Okay. I've not fucking finished in the back of the voice and the voice now. Well, I've still not finished. The voice. Because you bloody talk. Let me finish. Right, so Michael Caine's voice now in the Batman movies. Harry, I can't go fast because Michael Caine talks very, very slowly.
Right, this is how Michael Caine speaks. Michael Caine speaks to his nose like that. He gets very, very specific. It's very like that. When he gets loudly, it gets very loud indeed. It gets very specific. It's not quite nasal enough the way you're doing it, all right? You're not doing it the way he speaks. You're not doing it with the kind of, and you don't do the broken voice, but it gets very emotional. But it gets very emotional indeed. She was only 16 years old. She was only 16. You're only supposed to blow the bloody doors off. That's Michael Caine.
Very good.
Great.
Yeah, Michael Caine, there's an acting video where he teaches an acting for the camera class on YouTube. And it's really good because it's like he just gives these tips that you don't get in that. And you get it like in theater school and everything. They give you certain tips where he gives you tips exactly for the camera, because he goes, a lot of people overact their face and move, like you said, bobblehead, right? When you're talking, he goes, you don't need to move your head. You just subtle expressions in your face, close up scenes. And no, it's really good.
So he's a master class? I want to watch it.
Yeah, it's on YouTube. It's really good.
That would be
what?
I think Michael was asking about the drawing you're doing.
No. Nolan
Oh,
sent me a clip. I was wondering if he wants me to play it. Wait, which one? He sent two. Michael Caine. No, I'm not going to do that.
Looks like he's 12.
All right. Present your screen. Which was Coogan Bryden. Okay.
Yeah. Thank you. Yeah.
It's super low.
Oh yeah.
I can't even hear it. I'd have to crank it up way too loud for me to hear it. So.
Yo, Michael Caine.
Come on, Nolan, bring better material.
In Michael Caine, was it that movie with Sean Connery? Remember where,
the man who would be king?
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that movie.
Yeah, when he said, I think I told you about that when he went to go meet the director, John Huston, in the hospital because they thought he was dying.
Oh my goodness.
Because I guess he was really, really bad. And he and Sean Connery went at the same time to go see him. And he goes, right when they came in the door, he was like, it's Peachy and so-and-so. I'll come to see me. I can't remember the name of the other character, Peachy. And then, but then they were almost like the way he was responding to him. Sean Connery looked like he's about to cry almost. And they've never seen Sean Connery like that, but they were just like, man. But he didn't die. Like a few years later, he's directing another movie. And he said, but he went up to him and he goes, next time we go to see you in the hospital, he goes, you bloody well die. So the next time we're gonna have to come and see you. They're like, you're doing another movie. We thought you were dying. We had to visit you. But it's funny because listening to him talk, he didn't think that he would have like a big acting career after a certain point. And I guess he had some type of disorder or disease where his eyelids were like puffy and or it looked like he was always like kind of half baked, right? And he said that he thought that was a strike against him, but when he got older, they considered it like sexy that he had that kind of look in his eyes. And then he had like some other type of problem. I don't know he had all these different health problems. Michael Caine, yeah, growing up, and he just, and then he was in World War II. His mom would work, and she'd leave him with some tutor or some lady to take care of him, and then the Germans started bombing the city he was in, and the lady kept him and another kid that she looked after because they were separated from the mom because they couldn't cross certain lines. She kept them under the stairs and under the stairway for like days in this like little room, like under the stair. It's like a stairway, and she just gave him food or water once in a while, and then he said his mom found out, was so mad she just walked straight up to the lady and knocked her out or something and punched her around. But he said his mom was. He said even when he was a famous actor in the 70s, and he said his mom would still work as a cleaning lady, and he told her not to do it because people were like, he goes, Mom, they're saying that I'm horrible for my mom's working as a cleaning lady, and here I am an actor making good money.
Right.
So
he had to tell her to stop working because she wouldn't stop cleaning for money,
Right.
He's like, Mom, what are you doing?
She had her pride.
Yeah. Yeah,
So,
it's funny.
is it better or worse if he pays her to clean his house?
Is there a movie like that? There's a movie like that, isn't there, where the guy is chewing this cleaning lady out, and then he's like, all right, I'll see you later, Mom, love you. And he's like, you guys should come over here. No, what are you, deaf? And so like a little old lady, and he's like telling her what to do, and then he's like,
that'd be awesome.
Yeah, it's like some movie. It's like, oh my gosh.
It's like I'm paying you to do a job.
Yeah, he's like a rich exec, and he's like tearing her apart, and then he's like, and she's like this little lady, and she's like cleaning, and he's like, all right, good lasagna, by the way, Mom, thanks. It's like, oh my gosh.
Is that a Steven Seagal movie?
Yeah. No, that'd have been too funny. No, I gotta say, Steven Seagal's early movies were good, and then now like 99% of them are not good.
I gotta say, I totally disagree. But go ahead.
Well, you like the new ones?
What? Steven Seagal did terrible movies.
He did the best movies. Well, I could say the only movies that were the best of his were like 3 different ones I know.
Which ones?
His first one that he did.
The second one?
The second one and the third one. That's good.
You don't even know the names.
Mark for Death. Mark for Death's one of my favorites.
Oh no! Stop it.
Oh yeah, that's definitely that's probably the best trailer ever created for any action movie ever made, except for the Crackdown, which was Death Wish 4. That's probably the best trailer. But after that, it would have to be Steven Seagal's Mark for Death, the best trailer. Just the music, the voiceover, the movie guy voice, everything. The man with the short fuse is back. It's just so great.
What's the situation with Bruce Willis? What's he have?
What do you
mean?
Have
Parkinson's also?
Oh yeah, he's got some type of It's like and he wants to spend time with his family because it's supposed to be like a gradual deterioration. So I see videos of him pop up with his daughter. He's got like a 7-year-old daughter or something. He pops up once in a while. And he's
my goodness.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Well, look at Robert De Niro. What is he, 80, and he's got like a 3-year-old kid?
Oh my goodness. Well, it's good that he's making time then to be with his little girl and have those memories. Well, she's
now he's in a wheelchair.
Yeah, I know, but still, it's something.
What's going on here?
How do you fill in Photoshop? What's the fill tool?
The bucket? Is it control that? Maybe I can look it up.
The bucket?
G.
Hotkey.
G? The bucket is G?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's not B for bucket or F for fill, it's G for...
Yep, there's always G.
Well, B is for brush. F is for
G.
full screen.
Get some.
It used to be K.
It's the
right?
bucket.
Did it used to be K for a while?
There you go.
No, K was a selection, right? Or not selection, but the move tool. Or no, I think the move tool. It's kind of similar in Clip Studio.
All right, guys. I think I'm going to wrap it up here.
You reckon? It looks good.
You got to take out the trash.
Very nice, Elliot.
I'll be outside.
Very nice.
What do you guys think?
I think that's cool.
Whoa.
I like the simple black background to kind of emphasize the silhouette of the drawing. And the simplicity of the shirt around it.
Yeah, what's with the suit?
I was trying to give him that jacket. I'm terrible at that part. I was trying to give him that jacket that he wears in the movie. That he. I'm drawing him from above.
Nosferatu.
Yeah.
Was longer.
Oh.
Yeah, he wears like a long trench coat, like a weird, like an Uncle Fester coat, right?
Yeah.
So maybe this is more like a.
You gave him a dinner jacket.
Yeah, that's fine.
Smoking jacket.
It's like a blazer.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Let's go. He's going to the clubs.
Yeah, who's the
It's your birthday.
Give him a gold chain.
It's not Naspa Hefner.
Oh, that'd be crazy. It's Al Pacino if he played
Nosferatu
in the 80s.
Kind of is, right? Kind of looks like that.
Give him a dark sweater.
Cool.
I like.
How do color painters keep painting stuff like this? Like it's not done in a half hour. All I got in this last 3 hours or so is the head.
And you're using smudge tool, right?
And I'm even done. I'm using smudge. I'm using airbrush. I'm sketching. I'm drawing. I'm doing all kinds of stuff. It's too much.
It looks great.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
I guess that's why a lot of times in like classical painting, if you look, the detail is very sparsely placed. It's like in the face, in like one of the hands. But when you look at like the background work or even like the brush work for the larger, swatches of clothing, that can be very rough. So the detail is kind of like you've got it here, like right in the face, and then maybe if you have something in the foreground, or if it's interacting with, like, if he's holding a book or something, there might be some detail on the edge of the book. But where that detail goes is very focused.
Right. People look at the face and the hands. That's it. You don't have to worry about anything else.
I'm just saying.
But who was doing that technique? Do you you saw someone else doing that?
No, that's how I always work. Like that.
Oh, okay. Because I always check out different artists doing certain techniques, and I go, I'm going to try that out to see how it works. Because sometimes you find stuff that works for you, and you're like, yeah, this is great. But sometimes you're like, this takes too long.
I look at a lot of this stuff like I see a lot of painters. I mean, most paintings take a while, but when I see these guys like do speed paintings, I'm so impressed with that.
Yeah.
But this is well, that's what I get for trying something new.
Absolutely.
You never know till you try, man. It looks great though.
Yeah, that's fun.
Elliot, quit trying. Just give up.
Thanks, Jimmy.
That's your conscience speaking.
Stop trying to do more than you're able to. Just stick to what you know.
All right. Well.
Hold on a second.
Appreciate y'all.
Hold on, Elliot. I just want 5079 5079.
I know what he's doing. He's looking for that thing that goes, Elliot.
No. Okay. All right.
Oh.
We've got other.
Oh, he's taking it from him, right?
Yeah, so it's struggling.
He's looking at his watch.
Yeah.
That's great.
You should do the thing where he's trying not to do it. You know, like his feet are scraping against the floor. You know.
Oh, like yeah.
Yeah, like. Yeah, like wait, what am I doing? And make his face do the no shake.
Well, I don't know about the shake.
You would be pretty nervous if one of the Roman guards just grabbed you.
Yeah. Maybe I could do the hands up. Hands up, don't shoot.
Yeah. That's good. That is great, Mike. I love it. I love how this is anti-Mike Miller art.
What are you talking about?
I mean, I see your stuff peeking in here. It's just like normally there's like extra details and there would have been extra lines. I like that you chose this style for this. It's pretty cool.
Are you kidding? This thing would have taken me 4 years to do it in my style.
Yeah.
It states it cleanly.
But that's good.
And it wouldn't have reached the audience that I'm looking for.
True.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, we're at 3.5 hours. I'm gonna wrap this up anyway. So a little long in the tooth for the night.
Yeah, but look at all the work you got done. That's great.
Yeah.
You got 3 pages done. I just got 1 head done.
Bravo. Yeah, but that looked really cool, Elliot. That's awesome.
This is cool right here. This is cool. I like it, Mike. I love it.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you for being here. God bless us, everyone. Anybody want to shout anything out?
Good night, everyone. Thanks for coming to see us and keep us company.
Good enough. 1, 2, 3. Good night.
Good night.